I'm a fish boy who skates for Team X, blades with a leprechaun who plays basketball. Come to my smart house, meet my alien sister. Don't come hungry, because I'll bet my mom can't cook.
Hello and welcome to Mom Can't Cook, a DCOM Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Luke Westaway.
Hello and welcome to Mom Can't Cook, Andy Ghost Show. Andy Review Congo. Congo good.
Right.
Congo also bad.
Okay, right. Okay, I immediately see what's happened here. Andy, have you tried to hire a speaking ape to do your podcasting job for you?
Andy not know what Luke talk about. Andy here. Andy Review Congo. Andy good. Banana good. Luke bad. Bad Luke. Bad Luke.
Okay, right. I insist that you turn on your camera right now. Go on, turn it on. I knew it!
All right, fine. Yes, Luke, I thought I could maybe hire a sign language ape to do the podcast instead of me.
I see that ape hurrying out the window.
All right.
Swinging down the drain pipe.
Get out of here, Jessica. I'll get you your fee later.
Jessica flips you the bird.
Oh, Luke, yeah,
she's got your car.
You saw right through me, Luke. I thought after seeing Congo, I thought I'd hit on a real racket here.
Okay.
I thought I'll get a sign language ape to do the podcast for me, and I can just sit by the pool and watch the jack roll in.
I am extremely unsympathetic to anyone who watched Congo and thought anything as a result. No one who watches Congo
should think anything about
anything
about anything that's ever happened.
Yeah, right. Okay, for context, listener. Oh my god. For context, let me go and explain what's happening. Okay, normally we do Disney Channel original movies on this podcast.
We sure do.
That has sort of expanded generally, but if there's one thing that we hold to, it's that it should be either a TV movie or a kids movie.
Yeah.
Usually both, but one of those two. Mm-hmm. However, Andy and I decided post Mouse Hunt that we should each get once per calendar year a free Joker card, a free freebie, where one can make the other watch any film they want. Absolutely anything. And Andy chose 1995's Congo for reasons that I'm sure he will explain to you.
I will explain, certainly.
Yeah. Should we hear the trailer before, Andy, before you explain yourself?
Yeah, why not? I mean, I don't know how they're going to convey the majesty of Congo in a trailer, but sure, have a go.
Dr. Ross, we've got satellite from the Congo.
What was that?
Its treasures have never been found. Its mysteries never revealed.
People dead or gray gorilla.
No such thing as a gray gorilla.
Because there are still places on Earth that man may never survive.
We are watching you.
From the best-selling author of Jurassic Park, Congo, rated PG-13. Starts Friday, June 9th at theaters everywhere.
All right, Congo. Top line thoughts, Andy? On the stupidest film ever made in the world?
Congo, okay. I hope that you can see why I decided that we should watch Congo.
Yes.
Because
I can, very, very much so, yeah.
Congo is endlessly fascinating to me because Congo is based on a novel written by Michael Crichton.
Yeah.
Michael Crichton, the famed author of such books as Jurassic Park and Westworld, and he created ER.
Yes.
And various other... Disclosure, that was one of his.
Yeah, a titanic figure in the entertainment world.
Yeah, right. He would come up with such incredible concepts as what if there was a theme park, but it was full of cowboys. And then when that didn't prove very popular, he tweaked it slightly and made the cowboys into dinosaurs. Yeah. And then everyone liked that idea much better. Or such sci-fi ideas as what if a man was sexually harassed by a woman?
Okay.
And then...
Or what if America should be afraid of Japan?
Yeah, for example. But it's unbelievable, the brain trust that this film represents. I mean, for a start, you've got the cast, which is absolutely stacked. You've got Laura Linney, you've got Tim Curry, you've got Delroy Lindo in an uncredited cameo.
Yes.
You've got Bruce Campbell. You've got Ernie Hudson in the performance of a career. You've got
Joe Pantoliano.
Joe Pantoliano also in an uncredited cameo.
Probably they asked to have their names removed.
from Congo. All right, but not just that. You've got Frank Marshall is the director. He's one of the founders of Amblin Entertainment with Steven Spielberg and his wife Kathleen Kennedy.
Yes, Kathleen Kennedy's husband. Hasn't directed much.
He directed Arachnophobia and Alive, and he's won a bunch of Oscars for producing. He's more of a producer than a director.
Let me change that. Hasn't directed much post-Congo.
It's true.
I guess when you've said everything you intended to say.
The movie is written by John Patrick Shanley, who won an Academy Award for writing Moonstruck. So this is written by an Academy Award-winning screenwriter.
Well, okay, what my gut says is no, it can't have been. There's no way that all of these things can be true.
No, but it was.
But somehow the end product is the world's stupidest film in the world ever. Have you? I'd completely forgotten, but until I watched this,
yes,
I've read the novel.
I've also read the novel, yes.
Am I right in thinking that the novel contained quite a lot more sci-fi? And also, did the gorillas have big paddles that they hit people with?
Yeah, they sort of fashioned crude clubs. The thing, right? So the thing in we'll probably get into it later, but the thing in the novel is that they go quite a lot more into the genetic makeup of these apes. They're sort of like quite unusual genetically.
Yeah.
The character that Tim Curry plays doesn't appear in the novel at all. He's made up for the film.
Okay.
And the scene where Laura Linney from Love Actually goes hog wild with a Moonraker laser and kills a bunch of apes is not in the novel either.
Okay. This is, I think, probably on the surface, most people who watch this movie, who've ever seen this movie, will have seen it's Michael Crichton. It's 1995. Mm-hmm. It's 2 years after Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
So surely this only exists because of Jurassic Park. It's like Jurassic Park was made. What else has he got in the locker?
Yeah.
We got to start
What's
making
a bit
everything.
like Jurassic Park. Oh, this one is like Jurassic Park, but apes. Surely that'll be a surefire hit.
I also read that Michael Crichton removed himself from the production when it transpired that they wouldn't be able to use real apes, which
he wanted to direct it, and he wanted the apes to be real, and they said no deal, Crichton.
He wanted to direct real apes.
Mm-hmm.
Why did he want to do that? It sounds so hard.
Michael Crichton's a really interesting figure. He was like a medical doctor,
yeah,
which is where all the ER stuff came from. He was 6'9" tall.
Oh, okay.
He's enormous. He's like
so he wanted to play the gorillas as well.
Yeah, well, he wanted to assert dominance over the gorillas, I think, because of his stature. But I would encourage listeners to Google pictures of Michael Crichton standing next to people like Steven Spielberg. He looks like a sort of frost giant or something. He's amazing. Wow. He's wearing one of those big 90s suits, the big baggy 90s suits, and he's just towering over everyone. He looks like forced perspective or something. It's incredible.
Okay. Well, so Michael Crichton actually, despite having written the novel, didn't have... I don't think he had much to do at all with this movie.
I think Congo is one of those... I like Michael Crichton. I've read, I think, most of his books. And
yeah, I think I have too.
He writes novels from a sort of intellectual standpoint in things that he's interested in, right? So Congo,
yes, what
he's interested in mainly in the book, it's about microchips, right? They're looking for diamonds to put in microchips, and he's interested. There are whole chapters of the book dedicated to people making a satellite phone call from the jungle, because it was written in the 1970s or 80s, and that's that's science fiction at the time, basically. But it's the cutting edge of technology, and he's really interested in that. But he realizes that he can't just write a book which is very boring technical descriptions of satellite communications.
Sure.
So he's sort of written this King Solomon's Mines thing around it. And the movie is much more interested in the King Solomon's Mines stuff, but obviously that's not where Michael Crichton's interests lie. And you can tell in the book, because as the book goes on, he sort of, you can tell he loses interest. He's like, yeah, and then they go into the diamond mines and I don't know, a bunch of apes. He's like, can we wrap this up and I'll move on to my next thing.
The novel is like if you bought a router and read the instruction manual and at the end of each paragraph it said, then an ape killed a man.
Trying to keep people interested in the router manual. They're like, we'll add a little story to it about an ape adventure.
Every now and again an ape will pop in and sort of tear someone's face off or something.
Batter someone's head through the floor.
Yeah, this Congo is so funny. Not a single real ape is used. At the end, in the credits, it's like no animals were harmed in the production, and it's like no f***ing there were no animals came close to this
No animals
film.
Were seen in this production.
It does not look good. Look, it could have been worse. It could have been a 1995 CGI gorilla. That would have been way worse.
Much worse. I mean, it works with the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park because, like, reptilian stuff, I think, looks better in CGI, whereas apes have more kind of human characteristics that are harder to get across in CGI. But, like, I think like the main ape in this, Amy, she's...
Oh, my God.
She's, like, obviously not brilliant, but she is... leagues better than the evil apes at the end, who are just a bunch of dudes in suits, like trampolining around the place.
Yeah,
I love this movie.
Definitely. I mean, we'll come on to the character of Amy. Right, we should probably crack on because it's a long old film.
It's a long old movie, isn't it?
I could speak at length about every single scene. We open on the savannah. 1 second in, we kick off with patronising flutes and rain sticks that will basically not stop for the whole film.
Yeah.
3 powerful jeeps carve a path past lions and ostriches and stuff.
Yeah, it's got the vibe of like a Africa-themed gift shop at like a big American airport where you would buy I don't know, a didgeridoo or a rain stick or some drums or something because you didn't buy anything for your kids on the way home.
Yeah. So this convoy's kicking up dust. It arrives at a village. We see crates being unloaded and trekking assistants hired on.
Yeah, it's an expedition is setting out. We see it is led by Bruce Campbell from the Evil Dead films.
Yes.
Are you much aware of Bruce Campbell's acting career? Have you seen him in much?
I think I've seen him in all the main stuff.
Okay.
And, you know, I mean, I was first aware of him from Spider-Man. That was kind
of course. He was, snooty waiter.
Yeah, of course. It's a very important role.
Very important
moment in my childhood when Snooty Waiter
Snooty Usher. He was great. But yeah, I love Bruce Campbell. I love the Evil Dead films, and I think Bruce Campbell's brilliant.
He's great. He's an incredible screen presence, which makes it a shame that he's in this film for about 20 seconds before an ape kills his face.
Well, he auditioned for Peter Elliott.
Did he?
The primatologist, but didn't get it, so they gave him this role.
A lucky escape, frankly, because Peter Elliott is like the wettest
worst character in the film. Yeah, no, I agree.
Least good. The only character who contributes less than Peter is the main character ape, Amy, who
is Amy the ape. Yeah,
who contributes nothing.
Nothing to the plot. So we see this expedition setting out. Bruce Campbell, he's got a gun in his bag. He's ready to go. We see a satellite in space, Travicom, it says on it. And then we cut to satellite dishes in Houston, where Travicom is headquartered. Dr. Ross, we hear. We've got satellite from the Congo. Scientists scramble to their computers. And Laura Linney is here. She is Dr. Karen Ross, a science woman at Travicom.
It's Charles, someone tells Karen Ross. He's found it. And she runs into a sort of office unit where a guy called Rudy is here. And they get on a satellite link video call with Bruce Campbell, who's stood in front of a green screen. And he's like, hello, here I am in the Congo. I made it. It looks so that it looks like Bruce Campbell's character didn't find the Congo, but is pretending so as to not get fired.
Bruce Campbell found his garage in Pasadena and is going to lie low for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, but he's got like a stoner friend off camera, sort of making giraffe elephant sounds and stuff.
Yeah. He says that he found the bloody thing, but then everything starts shaking. That's usual, he says. This whole place does the shimmy. Did you really find it? Says Dr. Ross. He holds up to the camera a chemically flawless blue diamond.
Whoa.
He then takes out a laser gun. This is your basic laser, he says. This is going to look kind of raw without a real diamond. He then starts firing lasers around the place.
Yeah, he sort of just starts blasting the foliage and it sort of gets exploded and set on fire. We infer that this was an expedition to get the right kind of diamond to put in a laser. Dr. Ross is delighted with this diamond laser, and Bruce Campbell tells them that they found the sand containing the diamond in a mineral stream, and someone called Jeffrey has gone off like upstream to try and find where the diamonds came from. Laura is very excited and is like, oh, let me call Travis, our boss, Mr. Travis of Traviscom.
Yeah.
But Bruce Campbell, for some reason, is like, no, let's do it in an hour.
Let's do it in 1 hour. I'm going to go and investigate Jeffrey, who I have no reason to believe isn't still alive.
Whose face is still on, as far as I can imagine.
Is untorn apart by strange new apes. So he's like, link up in an hour. She says, give me your coordinates, but he hangs up on her because he's so excited about going to find his friend who is not torn apart by apes. Yeah,
exactly. So he heads off through the brush and he finds a soaking wet Jeffrey, who is still alive.
Thank goodness.
And he tells Bruce Campbell to follow him into a pool of greenish water, and they swim through a little hole, like a sort of Uncharted transitional bit while the PlayStation's loading something.
Yeah, great stuff. Like a little cenote. It's nice.
They emerge in a hidden grove. It is a lush, humid paradise.
Mm-hmm. It appears to be some kind of ape temple.
Yes. He shows Bruce Campbell its wonders. There's there's these structures peering through the trees. And to think, says Jeffrey, it was just here waiting for us. Bruce Campbell's like, we've got to get back on the call so that we can say our important coordinates of where this secret ape temple is.
And we can show everyone our perfect and not smashed by ape limbs.
Yeah.
They can examine our forms and see that they remain unsmashed.
And Jeffrey's like, yes, let me just take my face into this bush for 1 minute.
So back in Houston, Joe Don Baker turns up in a little golf cart. He is RB Travis, the owner of Travicom. He's excited about the diamonds and the lasers. And he says, with this diamond laser, we can dominate the communications industry overnight.
Right. Okay.
Brackets question mark.
Yeah. Okay. So
I assume he's going to go round to other companies and laser up their headquarters.
Laser them to death. Yeah. Go round to AT&T and laser their headquarters.
Just laser their headquarters in half with his Moonraker laser. Take that.
Yeah. Wait for the Verizon AGM and then...
Now they'll have to pay my broadband prices.
Yeah. So this laser, we have already seen it weaponized.
Yeah.
But we are to infer that this is a laser and a diamond that could dominate the communications industry overnight. Travis of Travicom says.
We're told that a laser with a diamond like that could punch a hole in the moon. So you could run a fiber cable through it?
I guess, so that you could phone someone on the other side, I guess.
I'm still unclear what the purpose of this diamond laser is, apart from to laser things in half.
Yeah, and they're like, well, it's only for phones. So what exactly was Bruce Campbell deploying there? Did he? so what Bruce Campbell sort of hiked all the way into the remote Congo was an empty laser that doesn't do anything, but depending on what kind of purity rock you put in its magazine, and it does have a kind of rackable magazine.
Yeah.
That affects the sort of strength. Like if you put a piece of coal in there, it would do like a weak laser.
It'd be like a laser pointer that you use to point things out at school. Yeah.
It would come out like a stream of urine. It would sort of arc downwards.
Arc onto the floor.
Arc onto the floor, yeah.
But if you put these flawless blue diamonds in there, you can punch a hole in the moon.
Yeah.
So good.
So, okay, but anyway.
Back in the Congo, Bruce Campbell still waiting for Jeffrey. He's like,
Jeffrey, bring your intact face back here right now.
Jeffrey put his face into that undergrowth a while ago. What's going on, I wonder?
He starts eating some chocolate, and then all of a sudden something lands squishily next to him. Now you're throwing stuff at me, he says at Jeffrey, but then he looks down at what's been thrown. It's a human eyeball. That's right, Jeffrey's thrown his own eye.
Or has he? Because Bruce Campbell hears a growl and then he goes, ah! Exactly like in The Evil Dead. It's brilliant.
It's great, yeah. We hear apish grunting, but we don't see anything. So Mr. Travis and Dr. Ross get on the video call again, but I guess it's one of those video calls that you can do without someone having to pick up on the other end, whatever.
Yeah.
So they call, but there's nobody there now in the camp. And Mr. Travis is like, pan the camera. And they do so. And as the camera swivels round, they see that the camp is a tangled mess of bloodied corpses.
Yeah, a load of smashed up bodies all lying around in heaps. Suddenly, a weird ape lollops past the camera.
Suddenly a man dressed as an ape sort of jogs past the camera.
Suddenly a gorillagram.
You know the famous Bigfoot footage?
Yes.
Imagine that, but sped up 20 times. So it's kind of going like
that video where it's people passing a basketball back and forth and a person in a gorilla suit walks through the background. It's basically that.
It's that, yeah.
And they're all like, whoa.
They go, what was that? Give me thermal readout. Resolve to 6.6, shouts Karen Ross to a camera operator, and they go into some kind of heatovision, which shows them that there are 7 corpses around. Then there's an awful sound, and the camera is destroyed by something or some ape.
Some ape.
Enraged, Travis starts smashing stuff and he starts a small electrical fire in his office. Such is his rage.
No one knows this happened but us.
Well, there are families that are going to have to be notified. You're going to have to tell your wife.
We don't know he's dead. We didn't see him. Once this is reported, they'll close the border. They have to.
What was that thing that destroyed the camera?
Baboon.
Well, I thought it was a gorilla, but I've never...
Gorillas didn't kill all those people. Gorillas don't do that. Could have been some locals or a rival company.
Please don't go off into one of your paranoid fantasies.
I need those diamonds, Dr. Ross!
Are you for real?
It's the future.
Most people think they're children of the future.
I've got 40,000 people working for me. They all depend on me. This satellite is our communications cash cow. In 3 years, it'll be obsolete. I need a new cash machine. This diamond, this is it. Charles knew that. That's why I went down to that godforsaken place.
Charles went into the Congo to please you.
I know you had feelings for
I
him.
almost married him, for Christ's sake. Listen to me, talking like he's...
You're going to have to go down there, Dr. Ross. You're good in the field. You were good in Panama. Now, once you're local, that laser's power pack should give off a readable signal. Ready? We're going to have to find some expedition that's already going. Take it over.
That's right. So it turns out that Charles, Bruce Campbell, is in fact the son of heartless Travis from Travicom, but he doesn't even care.
No, he doesn't even seem to care that his son has been smashed up by something resembling an ape.
By some sort of ape. He's also the former fiancé of Laura Linney, Dr. Karen Ross.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah. So she's sort of invested for personal reasons in going to the Congo to rescue Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
So Ross asks, "Are you human?" And Travis tells her that he'll be human later.
Yeah.
And that he'll arrange for people to meet her in the Congo. "Tell me you love your son," she says to him. "I do." There's a weird thing to say to your boss, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I know what she means, but it's still sort of odd. "Tell me you love your son." Now, at this point, I hadn't figured out that Bruce Campbell is the son, so I was like, why is she asking him that?
Tell me you love your son. Yeah, I know I do. Little Timmy.
I don't have a son. Tell me you love him.
All right, okay, put the gun down. Yeah.
And he's like, "Yes, I do. And that's why you're sending me to the Congo," says Karen. "It is," says Travis, lying through his billionaire teeth.
Yeah. "All right," she says, "but if I have one moment when I think otherwise, I will make you sorry."
So vague.
Yeah. We smash cut to Berkeley. We see ape posters and fast food wrappers lying around. Doom is being played on a 486 PC. We see new character Richard, the ape assistant, hanging out with a fairly unconvincing ape.
They're teaching an ape to play Doom.
Once we teach this ape to play Doom, then we'll truly have achieved all science is capable of.
A huge breakthrough. No longer will humans have to play Doom.
Yeah.
The apes will do it for us.
Apes will do it for us. Yeah, and not just play it, but play it well.
Well, what I would do is I would do the bits of Doom where you run around blowing up the demons, and then I would get the ape to play the 90% of Doom that is running around the empty level looking for keys.
Yeah, running along every wall going, see if any of the doors are secret. Yeah.
Yeah, an ape would like that.
An ape would do that.
We see that the walls are covered with paintings done by an ape. They are all exactly the same. They are a green background with a yellow reptilian sort of eye on it.
Yeah.
We see the ape, Amy. She kisses a doll and is cute. And in comes another of Amy's trainers, main character Peter Elliott, played by Dylan Walsh, who, according to IMDb, is known for Congo.
Yes. He is a primatologist. He appears to be romantically in love with Amy.
Which actually isn't problematic when you consider that Amy is so obviously a human in a suit.
It's obviously a human woman wearing a gorilla suit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, you know, it's unconventional, but not necessarily problematic.
I assume that they were a husband and wife duo who started a long con with a sort of research
with
firm.
Berkeley,
Berkeley
University.
You pretend to be an ape and I'll pretend to be a primatologist.
Yeah, and I'll pretend to teach you sign language.
Yeah, but what we'll mostly do is just sort of hang out on beanbags playing Doom.
Yeah.
Eating fast food, and then occasionally I'll need you to do a small amount of sign language while everyone politely applauds. It's a good deal.
Okay, honey, but you're sure this isn't because you're sexually attracted to apes? No.
Okay. I thought we put this to bed when we had that big argument by the lake house.
Okay, well, I mean,
we never finished that conversation by the lake.
No, darling, don't take the suit off while we make love. One of the deans of the university might walk in and see. You have to leave it on, I'm afraid.
If you see the Dean, just do some sign language.
Sign language, me, ape, banana good.
But maybe not while we're making love.
Yeah. Context is very different in this case. So Peter Elliott and his deceitful wife, Ape, are playing Doom in Berkeley University. Being paid for by the American taxpayer, probably.
Peter's like, clean Amy up. It's showtime. We cut to him giving some kind of lecture to a small crowd. He talks about speech and sign language. He says he's like giving the history of humanity. Speech, sign language, then came virtual reality, he asserts baselessly. He says sensors, at first cumbersome, worn like clothing, could read and replicate the body's movements. And we see a video demo of a man doing sign language with like robotics strapped to him, and it's translated robotically into speech.
This is the Michael Crichton. This is the nugget that Michael Crichton's loving.
Yes,
he's
for
like,
sure.
This is so interesting and good, and I'm interested in this. 10 minutes later, he's like, this Solomon's mind bull.
Got to do an ape.
Just got to do an ape adventure. Too tall for this.
An ape died or something. I have to eat again. Do you know how much it takes to power this body? To keep stopping writing to eat.
You know how much I'm spending on head bandages all the time. I'm banging my head on doorways. I've got to churn out a book a week.
I live in a specially fabricated environment with very high ceilings.
Because I'm basically Slender Man.
Yeah. Okay. So, he explains to an audience that it's hard to get grants for what he does, which doesn't surprise me. People think it's a parlor trick, he says.
To play Doom.
To around play Doom with an ape. With your wife who's pretending to be an ape.
It's hard to get grants for what I do. Because there's no scientific value in it.
People think it's a parlor trick, he says. They think it's a simple gag. And he's saying this, bear in mind that he is presumably about to welcome on stage what is obviously a child or a small woman in an ape costume.
Observing this crash out from Peter on stage is Commander Plank from Xenon. That's just a nice sort of DCOM connection there.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah,
so that's nice.
Animals can talk, he says, and he welcomes up Amy, who sort of lopes unconvincingly up onto the stage wearing what looks like a bomb vest.
Now, everyone, I think you'll be agreeing to my funding for the year. Because my research project this year was actually teaching this ape to operate a bomb vest. Amy, operate vest. Amy, blow you all sky high.
Yeah, exactly. If demand's not met. So Amy's also wearing a sort of NES power glove.
That's exactly it.
She gives Peter some flowers. Thank you for the flowers, says Peter. And Amy sort of does sign language and a voice module goes, Peter, hello, Peter. He asks how old Amy is and she goes, Amy 7, Amy good, gorilla, Amy pretty. And everyone in the audience is like gasping and losing their mind over this, even though like this isn't that impressive, is it? It's like the voice module is recognizing the motions of sign language and
they can already she's doing sign language, which people who understand sign language can interpret.
Yes.
So this is just like vocalizing the translation of the sign language.
That's it. It's like the ape aspect of this. I don't really understand it. Like they already showed a video of a human doing sign language and it being translated. Like, why the ape? Is it just because like now we can hear an ape have a voice? I guess.
Yeah, I guess it's like the ape is vocalizing its thoughts.
But it could do that by pressing a button that goes like, banana, please, or something.
Banana pretty, banana good, ape good. Yeah, so there was this ape called Coco, right, in the 1970s, and was supposedly able to master like a bunch of different sign language expressions to express like what her emotions were and what she needed and stuff. But I think it's like debated whether it was actually real or not.
Right,
I think there was a lot of people that suggested that she was just like parroting stuff that had been drilled into her and like mimicking cues and things like that, so that like it wasn't actually as impressive as it was claimed, as Michael Crichton claims.
Well, in any case, what the premise here is that Amy has been taught sign language and she has a sort of Nintendo Power Glove that does a sort of robot Microsoft Sam girl voice. Amy is the vainest gorilla in the world. Like, every other word out of her apish mouth is like, Amy good gorilla, Amy pretty, Amy best gorilla, all other gorillas scrub trash.
Yeah. Amy #1 gorilla, Amy premium gorilla experience, Amy. Plank is in the audience. He's like, this is a talking gorilla. Yep, good job.
He says, this is really happening. And a woman called Moira, who's there with him, says, I know, Boyd, in a sort of like, which would be my reaction to, like, yeah, I also see it. I'm not impressed.
We all see it. Amy, mother, Amy want lunch, says Amy. Also in the audience is Tim Curry, looking sinister.
Yes. He has in his possession a little red leather-bound book, and from inside he takes a gold ring with an eye insignia on it.
Yeah, the same green eye that Amy was finger painting earlier.
We know this because the film flashes with a whoosh sound effect to the paintings Amy did like 5 minutes ago, telling us that Amy continues to be haunted by this eye in some capacity.
Yeah, we see a montage of ape rage, and Amy jerks awake. It was a nightmare she was having. The primatologists despair. Gorillas in captivity degenerate mentally and have to be destroyed, they say.
Okay. So this is wild. So what's happened is Amy wakes up from a nightmare, and Peter's like, "That's it. We'll have to destroy her. She's degenerating mentally because she's in captivity." And it's like, what on earth makes you? There's no evidence. There's no like, just because she had a bad dream. He's like, no. That's it. It's the beginning of the end for Amy.
Yeah,
she woke up in distress. It's a very, like that. If anything, that's quite sophisticated, isn't it? Sort of wake up from a nightmare.
It makes sense, I think, in the context of your theory that this is Peter's human wife in a costume, because the next scene is him approaching the dean of studies and saying, "I need tens of thousands of dollars to go to Africa on safari with Amy." Because she's misses the jungle and she's sad.
So he's explaining to the college president why this highly intelligent ape upon whom his career relies wants to return to the jungle because he thinks she's trying to make her room look like the jungle. So Peter's theory is that all of these green paintings with yellow eyes on them are Amy trying to make her environment look like the jungle.
That's right.
Even though in the jungle, it's not a sort of like medley of eyes kind of pressing in on you.
Yeah.
But I guess it's a bit green, so...
The president of the college is like, no, obviously, like, you've got a talking gorilla. That's amazing scientifically. You can have a grant for literally anything except taking her to the jungle. But he's like, oh, no, we'll take her there and I'll get her to translate what the other apes are saying. And I'm like, I could probably do that for you right now. It's banana good, ape like banana.
Yeah. Stephen, best gorilla. His pitch is that he's going to release Amy and she will teach the mountain gorillas to talk, and then we can translate what all the animals are saying.
Yeah.
An absolutely unhinged plan. If you take an animal that knows sign language and introduce it to other animals, it won't teach them sign language. It's like you can teach a child to talk, but that child can't then be like a phonics teacher.
Yeah, it's not going to go and teach other children language.
Yes. But anyway, so the college president explains that this is obviously bollocks and no one will pay for that ever. But all of a sudden, teleporting in is Tim Curry.
Yeah, he's doing his Command and Conquer Red Alert 3 accent.
He is.
And he says, I will pay.
And he's dressed like if there was a scene in a Dracula film where Dracula had to testify in court. Like, that's how he's dressed. It's like if Dracula was to move amongst the humans in a sort of bureaucratic... Anyway, obviously you don't want to hear me talk anymore, do you? You want to hear Tim Curry's voice.
Tim Curry doing his I'm escaping to the one place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism voice. So let's hear him.
Strap the F in.
I will pay. I will pay for Amy to go home.
And who are you, sir?
Herkema Homolka, formerly of Romania, free now of the chains of Ceausescu, traveling the world, doing good.
A Romanian philanthropist?
Herkimer Homolka. Something's voodoo. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
I don't know.
Richard, I don't think it's penetrated. We're taking Amy home. Get packed.
Okay, so the voice, wow. The name, double wow.
Yeah, so Tim Curry's character rejoices in the name Herkimer Tim Curry's character rejoices in the name Herkimer Homolka.
First name Herkimer, last name Homolka. Herkimer Homolka.
Homolka.
Herkimer Homolka. Now, I was I was reluctant to make fun of this name because I was like, well, I mean, sure, it sounds funny, but I'm sure. But I did Google it, and the only result for Herkimer Homolka is Congo. It's one of. So, like, I don't know if these are real first and last names.
Well, no. Okay, so a little bit of Congo trivia here.
Okay.
So the diamonds that they use in the film are actually large double-terminated quartz crystals,
right,
which are known as Herkimer diamonds.
Right.
And they borrowed these for production from the Herkimer Diamond Company. And as a thank you, they were like, I know what they'll love.
Okay.
We'll name our character Herkimer Homolka.
Not much of a thank you. Kind of the opposite.
Yeah.
If I was from the Herkimer Diamond Company, I'd be like, are you taking the piss? Is it something I said? Why have you done this?
Why have you named this weird Dracula after our diamonds?
Yeah. Herkimer Homolka.
Herkimer diamonds are the diamonds that Dan Aykroyd's weird alien skull vodka is filtered through.
Really?
So, yeah.
Okay,
So it's.
wow.
I think they're basically a lot cheaper than diamonds. They're quartz crystals, but they look good, and you can get big ones. So
They look convincing. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But some of them can be quite expensive, and I've got an anecdote about that later on as well.
Oh, okay, great. We cut to Amy wearing 3D glasses and reading a kid's book about safaris. My note, she is not going to manage in the wild.
Jungle me, she says.
And then she says, tickle me.
Yeah.
Okay, try saying that to the King Silverback or whatever.
The king
right?
of the apes, yeah.
Yeah, see how that goes down.
Ape Law, king of the apes.
Yeah.
We all know him.
Also, like, why do you want to release Amy? I know that animals being in captivity is not ideal and it's not best. But if you have an animal that's been in captivity, the idea of then like releasing Amy into the desperate moment-to-moment struggle for survival in which every animal is constantly locked.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, it would be better for the planet if she hadn't been put in captivity ever. But like now that she's sitting wearing 3D glasses and reading children's magazines and being like, tickle me.
When's dinner? Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
when's dinner? It's like, okay, well, dinner from now on is a sort of like hand to mouth, whatever berries and you can scavenge. You might have to sort of eat a fallen ape. Something like whatever you can.
Have to fight a savage ape for your berries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you'll be spending most of your time trying to like stop other apes from eating your children or something.
Children or face. Amy not so pretty now.
Anyway, Amy hasn't really expressed any interest in going to Africa. This is all projection. This is Peter being like, she had a nightmare. It's because she longs to be in Africa. And Amy's like, tickle me, give me cheeseburgers. Let's play Doom. And he's like, yes, of course. We must get her back to the Congo.
Amy longs for the beaches of Hawaii for like 2 to 3 weeks, maybe at the Four Seasons.
Yeah. Although that would be nowhere too. No, you don't want to go somewhere too hot because you don't want your wife to just expire.
The ape is unresponsive. That's
You'd
odd.
have to sort of, all the other researchers, you'd have to find a way to sort of get them out the way every few hours to sort of pour ice water in a little hatch.
Air condition your wife, yeah.
Just put a leaf blower in the mouth or something.
You hope the mouth. So, yes, we cut to the airport. Herkimer Homolka does some character stuff. Dr. Ross meets Peter Elliott on the tarmac and they talk. She's joining their expedition, or at least she wants to. Amy starts shouting, "Jungle, Amy, tickle me," at Peter. Peter Elliott is just a jerk to Karen Ross. He's being mean. He won't let her join their expedition. Ugly woman, says Amy. So they've both taken against Dr. Ross. The plane is being unloaded for some reason. So we're not sure why this is happening, but she's like, I'll pay anything to join your expedition. And then Herkimer Homolka comes up and introduces himself. Peter asks why they're unloading the plane, and he says, "There has been a slight interruption in my credit flow," like that.
He says he's unable to pay for the fuel, which costs $56,000. And Karen Ross smiles smugly, knowing that now they need her and her Travis Corp financial resources.
Yeah.
So we smash cut 2. They're all on the plane. So Karen Ross has joined the expedition, but Peter and the rest of the gorilla gang don't know why she's really there.
Yeah, and Amy has taken against her. Amy is sort of swatting at her and going, ugly woman, and sort of hitting her in the face and neck.
Yeah, Amy roams the plane freely as it takes off. She just sort of like running up and down in the corridor and getting in Karen's face.
Getting in the cockpit and sort of punching the pilot and sitting on the joystick and stuff.
Ugly pilot, Amy fly.
Amy fly plane.
Yeah.
They do strap her in.
Amy's
They strap her into her seatbelt. She gets given an egg as a reward and she throws it at Dr. Ross.
It's so funny. He's like, look, Amy, I'm buckling my seatbelt. Yes, Amy, look, we're all buckling our seatbelts. And Amy buckles up as well. And Peter goes, good girl, here's an egg. Amy takes the egg and throws it at Karen. Like this sort of coddled ape.
Little princeling.
No one's going to be handing Amy like peeled boiled eggs in the Congo.
So Herkimer, Homolka and Dr. Ross think it might be unsafe to have an ape on board a flight, which sends Peter into a rant.
Yeah.
He's like, don't perpetuate the stereotype of the killer ape.
Perpetuate the stereotype that it's not safe to have a gorilla loose on a
have
flight.
a loose gorilla on a commercial flight.
It's like, well, this gorilla is throwing eggs at me. So
and punching me in the neck. Oh, you're just prejudiced against apes.
For some reason, Herkimer chimes in, so you think the gorilla is dangerous? Maybe so. And Peter reacts very angrily. He's like, no. There are no evil apes ever. Karen Ross asks if he's so certain that there aren't some gorillas that kill. A weird question. The gang continues to bicker as the plane takes off.
About
and
whether gorillas are capable of murder.
Yeah, and Amy starts going, where ground?
Listen, just because you came up with a water cache at the crucial moment. It's okay, Amy.
Where? Ground. Where? Ground.
It's fine. We're flying. We're going to the jungle.
Amy wants green drop drink.
No.
Amy wants green drop drink.
All right.
You'd swear they were married.
The notion of the killer ape may be politically incorrect, but that's not to say it's untrue.
I can't believe what I'm hearing.
Cliches usually contain some element of truth.
Are you serving that ape a martini?
She's allowed one. It'll calm her down.
Listener, I died. I really died when Amy is offered a martini because there are two things that for me make this a flawless comedy moment. The first is that the sort of puppeted animatronic Amy face when Amy takes a sip of this sweet gin and vermouth, like her eyes kind of like half close, like. Do you know how Family Guy eyes are animated so like the lower eyelid is kind of like always moving as well? Yeah. It's like Amy's eyes do that, so Amy's eyes just kind of like narrow in sort of bliss.
She's transported.
Martini. It looks so funny. And then it's Peter saying, she's allowed one.
She's allowed one.
She's allowed one. She's allowed one. She's allowed one. Who says who? Who says she's allowed one? What do you mean? What do you mean she's allowed one? Who says who? Who makes the rules about what apes can and can't drink?
It's so funny.
She's allowed one.
The brain of Michael Crichton is so funny. The different like sci-fi concepts he comes up with: a theme park of cowboy robots, a theme park full of dinosaurs, an ape that drinks martini.
Martini ape.
The martini ape.
Yeah, Amy's kind of like on a sort of bachelorette weekend or something. Like she's sort of like downing martinis, making like trouble on the plane, throwing eggs, going ugly woman.
She's crashing out.
Yeah,
on the plane.
But anyway,
God, it's so good.
Eventually, I recovered and pressed play again. And we cut to the nighttime.
We see Karen Ross is on her computer looking at satellites. Peter comes over. He says, "Oh, Dr. Ross, I'm sorry I called you ugly earlier. It was for Amy's benefit."
Yes.
She's like, "Why teach an ape?" And then he says, "Why teach anyone anything?" Good point.
Also, he's like, "I'm sorry I called you ugly, but if I didn't," and she's like, "Yeah, no, I know, it was for Amy's benefit." Like, if he had said she was pretty, Amy would have torn her face off, even though he keeps insisting gorillas are kind and gentle.
Well, she was 3 martinis deep at that point.
Oh, yeah, that's true, yeah. So, yeah, he's like, I don't know, why teach anyone, why do anything? I guess there is no answer to the question, why teach an ape to talk, but there is an answer to the question, why disguise your wife as an ape?
To get free holidays, obviously.
Free safari to the Congo.
Yeah.
So he asks why she's going to the Congo, and she cryptically responds to find something she lost. Then we cut to the plane landing, and they are greeted by Joe Pantoliano, who here is playing
an uncredited cameo.
Yes, here he's playing Eddie Ventro. The names in this film are absolutely off the scale.
It's so
Eddie Ventro.
It's so weird that they land in Central Africa.
Yeah,
as we learned from a Chiron on screen. They leave the plane and they're greeted by like a fast-talking 1920s Brooklyn wise guy. He's like, "Hey, what's going on here? You want what do you want here in Africa? I can do anything. I fix you out. I sort you out. I got the guy. I got the hookup. I know the guy."
So, the next, I would say, 20 minutes of the film are comfortably the weakest part.
Yeah.
It is mostly just a load of conversations about passports that feels sort of like, at best, patronising and at worst downright insulting, just sort of like generally about like African nations. Because I guess like the shtick of it is like, oh, did you know that Africa has like political troubles?
Yeah,
and
the governments are constantly being overthrown by coup d'etat.
Yeah,
there's a lot of political instability. But yeah, so we meet some new characters here. So
yes,
Dr. Ross asks Eddie Ventro if he's to be their guide, and he says, "No, I have got you Monroe Kelly. He's very good." We see soldiers running. Something explodes in the background.
Monroe Kelly.
Yeah.
Eddie Ventro. Monroe
Kelly. Peter Elliott says
Karen
that he already
Ross.
hired.
Only first names in this.
Yeah, that's true. Peter Elliott. Yeah.
Peter Elliott.
He can only do first names. Peter says that he already hired a guy called Robinson Reynolds. That's 2 surnames. So maybe that's why he can't be in the film. But Eddie Ventro is like, he's been fired. He's not ready for what's going on out there in the jungle, cannibals and whatnot. Monroe Kelly turns up. It's Winston from Ghostbusters.
Yes.
It's Ernie Hudson, the actor. He says, "I hope you folks have a lot of money," in a sort of Sean Connery-ish way.
Interesting.
Which is an interesting note for the character. Michael Crichton wanted Sean Connery to play this role in the movie adaptation. Sean Connery, I think, wasn't interested. And so what they've done is they've hired Ernie Hudson and not changed the script at all and told Ernie Hudson to do every line in a sort of slightly Sean Connery-ish way.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's not a Sean Connery voice, but it's a Sean Connery cadence,
Yeah, he's got a sort of slightly British twang, I guess.
He's got a sort of...
I'm Monroe Kelly.
Monroe Kelly delivery.
Yes. We say every line like this.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's a strange delivery, and it absolutely makes sense if you think that it was supposed to be Sean Connery.
Yeah. So he gets them in a Jeep. They drive to a checkpoint.
They get smuggled out. Like gunfire is like a battle basically is broken out on the tarmac, and things are exploding.
Yeah.
And they're sort of smuggled out in the back of this military vehicle.
He gives Amy a cigar. She smokes that. That's good.
As she smokes the cigar, her eyes half closed. And she puffs contentedly.
I think the animatronic face just was running out of batteries at this point, maybe.
And Peter shouts, "Amy, don't inhale."
Now, this is one of those lines from Monroe Kelly here where they've cleverly changed the script from the original Sean Connery script to reflect Ernie Hudson. So he says... "Welcome, Dr. Ross. I'm Monroe Kelly. I'll be your great white hunter for this trip, although I happen to be black." So, flawless.
There we go.
Great work, everyone.
It's incredible. We only needed to change one line of the original script. A simple addition makes it flow perfectly. Okay, so as they drive, Munro explains the political situation that they find themselves in.
Sorry, they mention that. I was reading the IMDb trivia for this, and one of the trivia points on the IMDb trivia page is, in the novel, Munro was white, making Hudson's line, the great white hunter who also happens to be black, perfect for explaining the change from book to screen. 28 people found this helpful.
Perfect.
Oh, the mot juste.
A slam dunk.
They've done it. You've done it, Oscar-winning screenwriter.
Wow.
John Patrick Shanley, you've done it again.
You've done it again. Okay, so as they drive, Munro explains the delicate political situation that they all find themselves in.
It's like what's going on in the Congo. Things are pretty bad in the Congo right now.
We heard.
Yes, the Kaigani are pissed off. Can't blame them. 20th century sucks. Maybe the 21st will be better.
You're some kind of criminal, aren't you?
Aren't we all?
No, I'm not a criminal. I'm a scientist.
Scientist? I run a few guns. You sons of bitches ruined the world.
I don't think it's a good idea to have further involvement with these people.
Well, what would you suggest we do, Dr. Elliot?
Well, as soon as we can, we should go our own way.
Don't I know you?
Perhaps. I travel a great deal.
And what are you doing with that gorilla?
I'm taking her home. She was caught in the Virunga region of the Congo.
You're going to try and take her back to the farm now that she's seen Perry,
You probably got a little of that Munro delivery there. Throughout all of this conversation, Amy is just blissing out on this cigar. Let's keep track of Amy's contributions to the plot, which so far, she threw an egg, she drank a martini, now she's enjoying a cigar. Let's
tally it
see
all
what
up.
she does next. So Peter's concerned and crying and stuff, and he's like, I'm scared, I don't like it. He realizes that he's not the expedition's protagonist. Karen is, and her company is making all of this happen. And actually his stupid holiday to take his fake gorilla wife on safari has sort of turned into a dangerous, like, high-stakes diamond operation or something.
Yeah. He also realizes that Monroe Kelly is a bit of a rogue, and he says, you're some kind of criminal, aren't you? Aren't we all, says Kelly. No, I'm a scientist, bleats Peter. And then Kelly says, I run a few guns, you sons of bitches run the world.
Nice.
Yeah. Done. Done it, mate. Done.
It's gonna be. I honestly like. If you just listen, like it's just Sean Connery. It's like you could. Yeah. Anyway, so they pull up at a checkpoint in a town. One of the guards looks inside and sees that it's full of smuggled scientists and talking apes with Nintendo Power Gloves. And we smash cuts to they are arrested. So I would say that Munro Kelly talked big game, but then
they were instantly arrested.
Immediately arrested.
Yeah.
The border is shut. There's a revolt, an interrogator tells Peter and Richard. He is played by Darnell Suttles, who is the voice of one of the Monstars in Space Jam.
Brilliant.
Peter is like, where's my gorilla? But no one will help him or answer him.
Yeah, he's bleating about his gorilla.
Yeah.
We cut to the Hotel Leopold for probably the second best scene of the film. The team is here to meet Delroy Lindo here in an uncredited cameo playing Captain Wanta. He offers them coffee and cake very aggressively. He has their visas and permits. Ross demands them back, but Wanta reveals to everyone that she used to work for the CIA.
Whoa.
And now works for Travicom. What's going on there?
Yeah, what's that about?
He's basically fishing for a bribe. Dr. Ross hands Kelly some fat stacks of money, and Delroy Lindo just goes, more. It's very good. He's really good, Delroy Lindo.
Yeah. Then Captain Wanta sees Herkimer Homolka and is like, stop eating my sesame cake.
Yeah. What are you doing in my country, you big bag of he says.
Yeah.
And then Tim Curry goes, Captain, please, I only want to explore and discover.
Captain Wanta says that Homolka owes money to everybody everywhere he goes, and then Homolka is dragged away by two guards.
Yeah.
A man plays with Karen's hair and she elbows him in the crotch, and Captain Wanta is like, I approve of what you did. Then he tells them that it's ironically the gorilla that will get them across the border.
Yeah.
Because everyone in the country is so afraid of being seen in an American movie being cruel to a gorilla.
That is the crazy world we live in.
My note, no fear here. This is a child or small woman in a suit. So.
Yeah, this is Peter Elliott's wife in an unconvincing ape costume. So you're all good.
So everyone is freed and drives away. Nothing really has changed in the film. Like this whole middle bit just feels like such filler.
But we got to see Delroy Lindo yelling at Tim Curry about stopping eating sesame cake, and it was great.
Yep, which is enjoyable enough. So they drive through the night, through checkpoints, past zebras and stuff, and up to a gleaming silver propeller plane at an airfield.
Yeah.
Everyone gawks at Amy, who is looking around for drugs and alcohol.
Yeah, Peter starts sort of like kissing Amy's neck and face, and
nuzzling.
All of the porters are like husband and wife to each other correctly.
Yeah.
And everyone laughs. Somehow I think that's at my expense, he says. You're right, says Monroe Kelly, Sean Connery-ishly.
Yes. Then Monroe rounds on Homolka. You're not looking for Solomon's City again, he says, are you? And Karen's ears prick up.
Herkimer Homolka, right?
Yes, hi, hello.
You're not looking for Solomon's City again, are you?
What are you talking about?
Mr. Homolka here was part of a disastrous expedition about, 5 years ago?
Please, I would prefer you not to...
They were looking for a city called Zinj. Unfortunately, it doesn't exist.
It does exist.
Fine. 3 members of the safari died from exposure. The 4th was shot by we don't know who.
It was an appalling suicide.
We won't quibble. And Mr. Homolka here had to be carried out of the jungle by, as I remember it, me.
I knew he wasn't a Romanian philanthropist.
Oh, he's a Romanian. And he has done a lot of good, but mostly for Mr. Homolka.
Shut up, you filthy...
Filthy what?
Oh dear, so it seems like Herkimer Homolka isn't simply a Romanian philanthropist looking to rehome a cheeseburger enjoying ape.
He isn't simply a benevolent venture capitalist free from the chains of Ceausescu, who is now using that freedom to rehouse an ape.
Yes, that's strange because it was so plausible when he explained that he's a philanthropist who drifts from lecture to lecture, and if he sees an ape he thinks needs millions of dollars spent on it, he'll just be like, yeah, not only will I give you all the money, I'll come along as well. I would just really like to see this thing through.
Yeah, I've heard they've got good sesame cake.
Yeah.
So he's tried to go to Solomon's City before, the lost city of Zinj. But Michael Crichton really racing to the end so he can get onto a new book about a robot caterpillar or something.
The robot caterpillar is just the bit he has to do to sell books. What he actually wants to talk about is like sump, like breakthroughs in home heating,
or maybe a third kind of theme park.
One where robot caterpillars rule.
Roam freely.
So Eddie Ventro is here somehow, even though we've just spent 20 minutes explaining how it's almost impossible to move around in Africa due to all of the sort of uprising and political instability and passport drama and bribery and stuff. And he's like, hello, I'm just sort of here. He teleports in. He says he's provided the expedition with 11 good guys, firepower and technology. Mm-hmm. And they take off and fly towards the rainforest. It's been about 5 minutes since Amy got high, so on board the plane, we see one of the crew members cut a banana in half and push a pill down the middle.
Yep.
Peter asks how they're going to get into Zaire, which is at the point where this film was made, what the DRC was known as. If the border's shut. Luck, replies Monroe. Mm-hmm. Not reassuringly.
And then suddenly someone starts firing missiles at them. It's the Zaire military. Amy is given a drug banana and eats it.
Yeah.
And then her eyelids go away.
Yeah, and her eyes half close in that way.
This drug-addicted ape is
tell you what,
out of her gourd again.
It's gonna. So from Amy's point of view, she's playing Doom, she's painting, she's eating cheeseburgers and playing with her Nintendo Power Glove. Then she goes on like a sort of like 5-day long drug and booze bender, and she's just gonna like come to in the Congo, suddenly a wild ape again.
Suddenly having to fend for herself. Yeah,
she's gonna be like hungover, picking up berries and stuff. And
she's like, walking around with her PC, being like, "Can I plug a LAN cable in anywhere?" Oh, there's no LAN cables out here, Amy.
Amy, frag.
Amy, KD ratio. So, yeah, they're having missiles fired at them. Dr. Ross takes a flare gun, opens the plane door and fires a flare to distract these heat-seeking missiles. Captain Kelly does the same. They're like a sort of awesome team-up.
Would this...
around them, everyone starts putting on parachutes.
I know it's like the 90s, and this is real like 90s action, like more spectacle over thought. But if these are heat-seeking missiles and you shot a flare, is the flare like hotter than the plane? And do the heat-seeking missiles, can they sort of like spin on a dime like they do? It was just the idea that like you see a missile being shot towards them, and then she leans out the window and is like fires a flare into the air, and the missile goes like rip like that. What if a hot bird flew past or something?
Yeah, a really hot bird. But no, I don't think these this is a propeller plane. I don't think these heat-seeking missiles would go for the plane in the first place. I don't think it would put out enough heat.
Oh yeah,
as a prop plane.
What's the drama? Also, like, in this is under the sort of like the pounding sun of
of Zaire.
Yeah,
so,
probably.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks cool though, firing a flare gun and like the missiles veering, doing a 45-degree turn and smashing into them.
It's strange because I can remember when I was watching action films in the 90s having opinions about, oh, this looks really good, and then you see another film and you're like, this looks like a bit ropey and not so good, and the special effects are so cheesy or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's the word that used to be used to describe like
cheesy,
cheesy, like sort of cheesy special effects. But in a sort of post-CGI world, I basically view anything that isn't CGI with like incredible fondness, and it's an automatic 10 out of 10 for me. Even though this is stupid and it objectively doesn't look that good, it's sick as hell when they're like firing flares out and these missiles are going like
it's awesome. Everyone is like throwing on parachutes around them. Everyone's sort of running around and panicking. Peter Elliott is like, I won't throw my ape out of this plane. She might get hurt. I won't do it. Do you know how to fly this plane? Asks Kelly. No, says Peter. Well, the pilot and co-pilot have already gone, so what are you going to do? He asks. And we see that there is indeed no one on the controls.
They've already started like pushing the supply crates and stuff out of this plane. The plane is traveling so fast. About 5 minutes have passed in the film since they started pushing these crates out.
Yeah, it is like 300 miles away from where
they're like, and then they sort of have all these long conversations. It really stresses me out how far they're getting from all their supplies. But anyway, so Peter reluctantly leaps, and then Monroe leaps as well. Now, you might be wondering about Amy, the high gorilla. How is she going to get safely to the ground? But don't worry. We see that she's holding on to Monroe Kelly. If there's anything attaching the two of them together, I couldn't see it.
He's just holding on very tightly.
Well, he's holding on and she's holding on. Bearing in mind that she's like sort of opiated all to and stuff. And I don't know. And she's just... And also, I don't know much about parachutes. I imagine there is a sort of tolerance of weight and stuff that does not permit you to have a gorilla. And surely you can't parachute with a gorilla and it'd be okay.
Say, like, an adult female mountain gorilla would probably weigh up to 100 kilograms. Probably that's not the sort of tolerance of weight difference they'd allow for a parachute.
No, I wouldn't think so. Like, what should happen is that everyone else lands and then they see Amy and Kelly sort of impact wetly into the ground.
Yeah. Well, we find out they all sort of land.
It looks so funny when Amy comes down on the parachute. It's like because what you've got is like the stunt guy with a sort of limp, like big bit stuffed gorilla
ape.
Sort of
like plush ape from Hamleys.
Big Hamleys ape. Do you remember those toy apes that were like they could suck their thumb, like and you could like push the thumb into the little mouth hole and stuff,
like a little Monchichi thing.
Yeah, it's like one of those, but the hands have been sort of like clasped together, like tied together in a knot around the
Monroe Kelly.
Kelly.
The plane is finally hit by a missile and it explodes. Everyone regroups. Where's Amy? Says Peter, and we see that she is asleep on the floor. But we learned that she woke up halfway down and started biting Monroe Kelly on the face.
Okay, so keeping track of Amy's contributions, she threw the egg, she drank the martini, she smoked the cigar.
She ate a drug banana.
Yeah, she was drugged. She briefly came out of her like reverie to bite someone and then went unconscious again. She basically, I swear to God, she basically spends this entire film like asleep or high. Like, she's just not present in any meaningful way.
The problem is they need Amy for the climax of the film and they need her for the setup of the film, but they don't need her for anything in the middle. So they're like, well, she'd probably be doing stuff unless she was like unconscious. So let's just have her be high or unconscious for most of the time.
I mean, I would strongly dispute the claim that they need her for the end of the film.
well, we'll get to it. But I mean, they clearly think they need her for the climax of the film. So
we catch up with Amy, who's like chuckling and touching a lizard. We also see her looking at ants like, whoa. She's high.
She's high as balls.
As they walk through the kind of this mountainous region, the group chats. Herkimer asks, what do you think Amy's paintings were of?
Yeah.
And
something she saw in life, perhaps, or a dream, maybe.
It seems like he's interested in these paintings.
Yeah, Dr. Ross gets out a handheld radar tracker device. Monroe Kelly walks up and goes, video game? Which...
Yes. Yeah. Yes, I'm just walking through the Congo plane.
I've got, Super Mario World 2. It's just come out.
Oh, my God.
I didn't want to miss out.
So it's a GPS gadget, and it seems that she's tracking something. She's cagey about what it is, but obviously we, the audience, know that she's tracking the smashed-up corpse of Bruce Campbell.
It's Bruce Campbell's laser gun is what she's tracking.
So, we see them make camp. They have the finest of equipment. It's demonstrated in a Michael Crichton-ish kind of tech-obsessed, like, gadget porn way, except in this case it's like pop tents that you would like take to Glastonbury, which maybe was more impressive in the 90s.
Yeah, desperately new technology in 1995.
You just throw this tent up in the air. Yeah. And then and then your
Everyone's
children can camp in the garden.
Michael Crichton briefly perks up to write a loving paragraph about pop-up tents and then goes back to sullenly typing out his ape adventure.
Monroe asks Homolka what he thinks Ross's plan is. Why do you think Karen Ross is really here? But Homolka continues to play dumb. He says he's simply here to return a gorilla. In the background, we see Amy running away and Peter giving chase.
Come back here, you ape.
Yeah.
He says, I know your thoughts, Herkimer. You're looking for King Solomon's diamonds, the lost city of Zinj.
He's like...
stupid movie.
He says, no, I've given it up. And Monroe is like, no, I'll tell you what the problem is, Herkimer, Homolka. The problem is that this lost city doesn't exist.
Yeah, Solomon must have gotten his diamonds from Cartier, just like everybody else, he says, Sean Connery-ishly.
Yes. Peter and Amy are rolling around kissing. We see...
Meanwhile, Amy and Peter make love. Come on, Congo.
They roll around sort of kissing and stuff. We see Richard spoon feeding Amy vitamins in a way that a wild gorilla will probably disdain her for and tear her face off.
Yeah.
Ross gets on, oh my God, like she's honestly, it's just like cigars and margaritas and like throwing eggs. It's like transporting Shirley Bassey or something. She's like, Amy's just like the most incredible, like an impossible diva who's like, spoon feed me vitamins and tell me I'm pretty or
I'll go ape crazy.
It's like, well,
I'll become depressed. I'll mentally decline and have to be destroyed. Like Shirley Bassey.
She's not going to survive in the wild.
Dr. Ross gets on the satellite and calls Houston. Travis is there. He congratulates her on crossing the border. She's getting a clear reading from Charles's power pack. Wherever the laser is, he will be too. Travis says that he's had images of the creature analysed. We see that it's something new. We don't know what it is. It's gorilla-like, though.
Yeah.
And he asks if she's armed and has enough manpower. She says yes.
Yes. Is this a regular gorilla, you think? Is it?
So, tomorrow we enter the rainforest at the base of the volcanic range.
Good. Karen, I've had those images of that creature analyzed. Rudy?
What is it?
My primatologist tells me it's something new. He doesn't know what it is, but it's gorilla-like. Are you sufficiently armed? Do you have enough manpower?
Yes.
Good. The bad news is geothermal. You've got to hurry. That region in the Virungas is bad. Sometimes the volcanic activity is breaking out of the graph. The region's going to blow. Could be a week, could be sooner. Dr. Ross. What the hell's... No, damn it! Not again!
The sound you just heard was Amy careening into the satellite equipment and destroying it.
Yeah. So don't say that Amy hasn't done anything.
That's
she's
true.
done
Amy,
she's destroyed their satellite uplink.
Yeah, what she's done, she got spoon-fed too many vitamins. They probably had a bad reaction with all of the, what do they call it? Gorilla Prozac.
Gorilla Prozac is what they describe it as.
Yeah, fed her, and she just sort of like barrels into some of the satellite equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Travis of TravisCom is watching this and he goes, not again!
Yep.
Presumably having seen an ape in the background and thinking that everyone got eaten by apes again.
Eaten by apes a second.
Also,
I will send however many expeditions to be eaten by apes it takes.
Not another one eaten by apes. Also, what's with this like throwaway line? The whole region is going to blow up. What's that supposed to mean?
Yeah, the whole region is about to explode due to volcanic activity for some reason.
What? I don't think that's
Could be a week. Could be less.
Yeah, what? Until a volcano erupts? That's not like the whole...
Until Africa explodes. You've got to have a ticking clock in the story, don't you, Luke?
Yes.
Oscar-winning screenwriter John Patrick Shanley knows this, and he's introduced the ticking clock of Africa.
Africa might explode today or in a week. We cut to nighttime. Everyone is struggling to sleep, what with the incessant sounds of the jungle. Peter and Karen go out to see what all the sound is. There's a full moon, and Monroe explains that it's colobus monkeys and it's mating season.
When there's a moon like that, every monkey for 200 miles thinks he's Elvis Presley, he says. And then we hear the cacophonous sound of ape sex.
Yes. And then Peter goes, ah! at Karen Ross.
Yeah, like loud and sharply and in her face, and she sort of flinches.
Yeah, he sort of like twitches his head towards her as he does it, like, ah!
Yeah,
like that. She, for her part, sort of simpers romantically, as if to say, like, this was flirting and it worked.
Yeah. Then she tries to go to bed, and he goes, ah! Again.
Yeah, he does it twice more, and it sort of makes her jump. The chemistry is palpable. Next day, the expedition keeps trekking, but now through pouring rain. We get a sort of montage of the expedition struggling. Tents are being washed away. People are, kind of...
A snake approaches the pilot. He machetes its head off. We see Amy emerging from a tent and looking at an unconvincing animatronic frog. This whole thing is like the lobby of a rainforest cafe.
Yes,
it's
it is.
Very unconvincing animatronic animals.
She starts licking the toad and her eyes half closed.
Really good.
No, she opens the box and starts digging into the bananas within. They've got like an enormous cool box full of bananas just for Amy.
They've been toting these bananas around.
I thought this was going to be a plot point, and then they would wake up and the expedition would be cross that Amy had eaten all of their food. And Peter would have to sort of defend Amy to the group. But that was back when I thought that Amy's actions might in any way impact the story.
The plot in any way. Yeah.
But yeah, that's not going to happen. Peter awakens and comes screaming out the tent that there's a creature on his dick.
It's not Amy.
It's not Amy. My note is there are 45 minutes left of this film for him to become a likeable character.
My note is there don't need to be 45 minutes left of this film. Do we really need 5 minutes of him talking about a leech on his penis?
I suppose we do. So Monroe examines his penis and says it's a leech. I mean, he's talking not about his penis. He means there's a leech on his penis. He gives Peter a cigarette with which to burn the leech off of his penis and balls. He does that. But when he returns, he looks past Karen, and to his shock, he sees two tribespeople observing placidly from a bush.
Yeah. He looks behind Ross, her smile, because everyone's laughing it up about this penis.
Yeah, everyone's loving this leeched penis and balls.
Yeah, but the smile fades as they realise the ghost tribe are here. Are they friendly? They ask Kelly. They're sensitive. Forest people, he says. They greet Kelly. He talks and they laugh. They talk some more. He says there's a dead white man in the forest with a symbol on his clothes. They draw the DCOM logo in the dirt of the jungle. Ross is rattled. He's dead, this white man? And then Kelly says this tribe has several levels of dead. Someone's not dead until they're completely dead, he says. So good.
So bear that in mind. The tribe is called the Mizumo, the ghost tribe. I mean, I probably don't need to tell you this, listener, but that's not a real tribe.
No.
And what is about to follow is... Do you know the bit in Endgame where Doctor Strange sort of holds up his finger to sort of illustrate that there's only one possible universe in which, like a one in a million universes in which this is all going to work out okay? Like, this next scene is like there's 1 in a million possible universes where this isn't an extremely problematic scene. Like, I can imagine it not being, but so many things would have to be different.
It's such a sort of 1950s pulp comic depiction of an African native tribe. In
1995.
In 1995, right? So it's all like body paint and loincloths and frenzied dancing and chanting and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
There's a ritual. A sort of medicine man is leading members of the ghost tribe through this ritual. They haven't moved him, they're told. They believe that his soul has left his body, and if they move him, it won't be able to find his body. They're calling to his soul, asking it to come back. The ritual comes to a frenzy, then stops. Ross is led into the mass of people, and then we see not Bruce Campbell, but in fact a man named Bob Driscoll.
Have we met Bob Driscoll before?
No, we haven't. We only met two. We met Jeffrey and Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell. Yeah. So this is just some rando called Bob who's died, and they're all looking at him. They're like, "Oh, look at this dead white man," and they've outlined him in yellow chalk.
Yeah.
And then they move the body, which even though that was apparently what they were like trying to avoid. So they just drag the body out,
he's
and
carried
Bob
on
just sort of wakes up, and he's like, "Hello, I'm Bob."
He's like, "Oh, hello, I'm fine." But then Amy lollops into the clearing. He sees Amy, and then he goes, "Ah!" and then dies, shrieking in agony.
Yeah, he immediately dies screaming, blood dripping from his mouth.
Yeah.
So I guess Amy can shoot psychic knives, maybe, as well.
Yeah.
This is so stupid. Okay, what the film is trying to do is that Bob got, like, mashed up by apes, and then he was, like, nearly dead, was found by this tribe, I guess, and then he was maybe going to be okay, but then he saw Amy and remembered the apes that mashed him up and died of fright.
That what he got mashed up by was apes, and then he was like, "Here's another ape.
Here's another ape. I know I'll do now. Die of fright."
Yeah.
Dying of
There's
fright.
only one option open to me now. And then he dies of fright.
Yeah.
So we get Kelly and Ross arguing about this. She says that she saw grey gorillas on her video screen. There's no such thing, says Kelly. A gorilla could never be grey. Well, I saw them, says Ross. So deal with that information. Yeah. 2 men are unaccounted for, Charles and Jeffrey Weems. We got to get in there. So we cut to them preparing boats for a river trip. And we learn that Amy has been drugged again.
Amy's been fed another doped up banana.
Because otherwise she might impact the plot in some way.
Yeah. Amy is signing Peter and is like high again. Everyone bonds by singing California Dreamin' as they head downriver.
Yeah.
We kind of get like a montage of their journey. We see Ross asking Homolka more about this city of Zinj. Homolka pretends not to know about it.
He kind of comes clean at this point. He says, "There's no point in playing stupid. We shall arrive there together at the city of Zinj. We shall all be rich. The one place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism. Schweiz!"
The lost city of Zinj. Yeah.
It's fine with me, except it doesn't exist, says Kelly. But we have a trumping card they did not have, says Tim Curry. That gorilla knows where it is. As a young man, I found book in Soviet Georgia contained detailed drawing of Zinj.
The drawing contained a peculiar decoration, an open eye. Later, on safari, I found this. It's the same symbol. Now, look at this. The gorilla drew this. It is the same image. It is the open eye. That gorilla has seen the city of Zinj. And she will take us there.
Okay, did you at any point during this film assume that Herkimer Homolka wasn't in fact Romanian and was putting on this accent and it was going to be some sort of like reveal towards the end because it's such a ludicrous accent that a human being couldn't possibly have?
I mean, yeah, no, I did. Yes, I did think that. I mean, I knew. What's the weirdest thing about the character of Herkimer Homolka?
Go on, tell me what the weirdest thing is. Is it the name? Is it the name Herkimer Homolka?
That's part of it. Another part of it, though, is that, like, he's the shadiest MF in the world. And he's like, oh, I want to rescue this gorilla. Just
want to explore and discover.
Out of the goodness of my heart. And then everyone immediately says, like, no, Homolka, you're just after diamonds, aren't you? And he's like, no. And then 20 minutes later, they say, you're after diamonds, aren't you? And he goes, yes.
Yes.
And then there isn't another twist. Like, he's basically like, what I was waiting for. You know what? What I was waiting for was for him to impact the plot in some way, but he doesn't. He's just like there going, diamonds are good, aren't they? I was like, I can't wait to see him betray them. I was fully expecting that at some point there would be a scene where they're like, oh, Homolka, throw the rope. And he'd be like, sorry,
no, the diamonds.
More diamonds for me. Yeah. And then he'd be killed by an ape. But he's,
I mean, yeah, when you think about it, this film is basically just Karen Ross and Monroe Kelly going into the jungle, and they just have this pointless primatologist, this pointless ape, and this pointless Tim Curry along with them for no reason.
Yeah, for no reason at all.
They don't impact the plot in any way.
Yeah.
They don't have like personal stakes involved. This isn't, I mean, I guess Amy's gorilla family lives near the lost city of Zinj or something, but...
And we can maybe get back to this when we finish the recap, but like this expedition achieves literally nothing. Like, no one in this film achieves or changes anything, really. Anyway, fine. So that's the theory, that's Homolka's theory, that Amy the ape has seen the city of Zinj and she will take us there. Now, what Homolka doesn't realise is that would involve Amy impacting the plot. So, in fact, they're going to find the city of Zinj without Amy doing anything helpful at all. This film has too many main characters also. Like, Peter isn't even in this conversation, even though he's like the ape guy. And it's like, at this point, Monroe feels like the main character. But
I think Monroe is the main character. It's like between Monroe and Ross.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell. Anyway, like nothing interesting's happened for a while. So we cut to them in the water and a hippo tries to kill them all.
Yeah,
sort of an animatronic hippo. Like it's like the Jaws animatronic from the Universal Backlot tour, but a hippo.
It is just like that. So there's like bubbles. They see bubbles in the water. It's nighttime now. Monroe stands and equips himself with a rifle, and then they're ambushed by a hippo. Oh my God, cries Karen in disbelief. The hippo savages the boat and it starts on another. But thinking quick, Monroe shoots the hippo over and over with his gun until it's dead, ending the scene.
He shoots it 1 million times until it dies.
Hippos
are weak to gunfire.
The hippo doesn't kill anything. It's not like they're like, oh no, now we're going to have to go on without our boats. They hadn't planned on using the boats anymore anyway. It's just like a hippo showed up and they shot it until it died.
They just shot a hippo until it died.
This is like the Jaws ride, because the shark on the ride cannot impact can't change the plot, right? The shark
on the ride doesn't like take 1 or 2 tourists a day and kill them.
Yes, but the shark can't alter the course of what's about to happen. And similarly, this hippo and Amy and everyone, they're just sort of like, I don't know, they're just like going through the motions. They're like, oh, now I attack you. Oh, I got shot to death.
Yeah.
Anyway, they've shot a hippo. Well done.
Yeah, the wounded are brought ashore. They'll be okay.
There's like one wounded. There's one expeditioner who's like got a small hippo wound.
He's been grazed by a hippo. Above them, they see another plane. Who are they? Says Ross. I don't know, says Kelly, but the Zaire Air Force has got a piece of their arse.
He says a piece of their arse.
Yeah,
like
Sean Connery-ishly.
Okay, fine. The next day, they get to the foot of the mountain, on the other side of which Amy was born. How do they know where Amy was born? How did Amy get to America exactly? I'm not clear on this.
They're not clear on that.
I mean...
Amy, born, jungle.
Amy, born...
Amy, one drug.
Amy...
Amy, like drugs.
Amy, crashing hard. Amy, need little bump.
Amy, you know Amy, good for it. So, yeah.
Amy, quit tomorrow.
Amy just need to focus up for last bit of trek. So they are trekking further. Amy is now leading the group, and she seems impatient. She's getting excited, says Elliot. We get mist, triumphant bongo music, mountain peaks. It's all very pretty. Amy and Peter sit and look over a valley and make love.
Basically.
What's she doing, says Dr. Ross. And then Herkimer Homolka says, she wants to go to the place in her heart, like Dracula.
Pretty jungle, says Peter. So they continue upwards. We get like Lord of the Rings style helicopter shots of them walking along ridges. They go deeper into the heart of the jungle. Suddenly, they come across the smoking wreckage of the plane that they saw blown up in the sky. Mm-hmm. Karen is furious. She says that this was Travis, her boss. He thought I wasn't going to make it, so he sent another expedition because, as Andy said, he will throw expedition after expedition after expedition at this problem. Karen goes to look in the cabin, but Monroe has looked inside for 3 seconds and says there's no point.
I think what the idea was that it's full of bodies of people she might know. So he's like, don't look
I
in
see.
There, there's nothing for you in there. Let's just keep moving.
Fine.
But suddenly there's a roar. A male silverback gorilla comes into the clearing. Don't run, says Kelly to Peter. I know, says Peter, the renowned primatologist.
Yeah.
If you run, he'll chase me. I've read the books, says the world famous gorilla expert.
Then the gorilla gets all up in Peter's face, roaring and flailing. Remember that it's a man in a suit, which unfortunately makes this quite hilarious. Peter drops his gaze in submission, and eventually the gorilla gets bored of yelling at him and sort of wanders off.
Yeah.
2 more gorillas emerge. Amy nervously takes a step forward and starts waving her robot arm around like a gorilla dork, going, "Hello, I Amy, good, Amy."
Yeah.
And the gorillas do what looks like an eye roll and leave.
They're just like, sake. Just like lope away.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Kelly comes out of the undergrowth and goes, I ran away. Sorry.
Amy is sad because she didn't make friends with the gorillas.
Yeah.
She looks up at Peter as if to say, "Why do you humans war?" Her face is so funny.
Let's take this glove off, he says, taking it off, not wanting to hear any more of this self-pitying ape.
She doesn't really belong anywhere, does she? Comments Karen sadly. No, she belongs here, insists Peter.
Yells Peter.
Yeah, sure. 1 second later, the expedition stumbles into a tripwire and a perimeter alarm goes beep, 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 beep.
They found it, the camp of Bruce Campbell and his expedition.
Yes, but where's the equipment then? They push forward and then they find it. They find the wreckage, but all the corpses that they saw on the video call have been vanished.
That's right.
As well as what Karen estimates was 300 pounds of equipment. What kind of team of animals could be strong enough to lift that?
No idea. Literally no idea. One of the guides explores some undergrowth. Amy gestures at him. Bingo, he says. They go through a tunnel. It leads to a building. Son of a bitch, says Kelly. What is it, says Ross. It is the city of Zinj, says Herkimer Homolka.
So, I wouldn't say that this looks good exactly, but it does look incredibly cinematic.
Oh, yeah.
I think all this stuff is on set, and it's steamy, lush and wet. You can literally see the mist being fired onto set, in every shot. If you look at the top, you can see like a jet stream of sort of wet mist being shot in. It's cool. They break through these ferns and, they see it. Homolka's shuddering with emotion and he takes off the ring. He says, "See the eyes? It is the same."
There's a stone face on the building that has the same eyes as seen on his ring and in Amy's. Well, it's got eyes. They are eyes. You can't deny that.
It has got an eyes, and the ring of an eye is an eye, and Amy's
and Amy did draw an eye.
Was a single eye. This one's got 2 eyes. Fine.
Yeah.
And they're not
Why
on a
was he
green
not
background.
The Lost City of Zinj is Karen Ross. She has eyes.
The diamonds must be inside you.
Inside her head. Crack him open, Amy.
Amy looks at the eye and looks scared, but does nothing, missing another opportunity to contribute to the film in any way. Guns up, Monroe advises, and they creep up to the front of the temple. Monroe leads the party into its dark stone mouth. Inside, there is the sound of deep, heavy, growled breathing from a gorilla. but from where, we can't tell.
We learn more about the lost city of Zinj from Herkimer Homolka in his voice and accent.
First they found the diamonds. Solomon's men. A diamond mine of incredible bounty. Then they built the city around the mine so that it should be protected. The savagery of the guards was a legend. They instantly fell upon any thief, any transgressor. And the diamonds flowed to the kingdom of Solomon.
Well, what happened? Why did the city die?
I don't know.
Maybe the mines ran dry.
No! The diamonds are here!
Monroe! Over here!
What is it?
Herkimer Homolka just crashing out hard here in the lost city of Zinj.
Yeah. No, the diamonds are here.
But no, they found something.
It's a Hershey's bar wrapper of the kind that Bruce Campbell always enjoyed.
Was famously known to enjoy.
Famously chomps down on. Karen rushes ahead. Monroe offers her a pistol, and they all decide to explore and try and rescue Bruce Campbell, except for Richard and some guards who hang back with Amy to make sure that Amy the talking gorilla doesn't impact the story Congo in any way.
Yep, Amy and the NPCs are left behind, and all of the main cast head into the lost city of Zinj.
Exactly. Inside, they find stone corridors. The walls are covered in hieroglyphics.
Yeah,
Monroe
Egyptian
leads
hieroglyphs confusingly cover the walls. Not really explained why they're Egyptian.
Explained. Well, it's the same continent, isn't it? It's close enough, isn't it?
Sure. King Solomon, famously not Egyptian, but fine.
No. Homolka points out that it's the same symbols over and over. What do they mean? Mm-hmm. Outside, Amy's wandered off, probably in search of hallucinogenic plants. Richard waits.
Richard, the assistant, he tries to make small talk with the other guides, but they all hate him. I want to go home, he says. He goes off looking for Amy, but suddenly behind him, a grey ape.
He goes, we see it out of focus emerging, and he slowly turns around and it goes, but we don't see it up close because the film is... I think maybe they shot a scene where we do see it up close, but then in the edit suite they were like, these apes look awful.
They look like a guy in an ape suit.
These are real garbage apes.
Yeah. Stan Winston's not his best work.
Yeah. Okay. Meanwhile, back inside, steam is coming out of lava tubes. Molten rock must be flowing through this whole place, Monroe observes. Brackets, question mark.
Yeah. This must lead to the mine, says Herkimer Homolka. Please bring a light. Here, he points at a caved-in door. No, he says. And then the room starts to shake. Suddenly, they hear a yell. Richard stumbles in, bloody. He's running. Help me, he says, and then violently dies on the floor.
Yeah, he goes, help me! And then he grabs Peter and starts screaming, let me go! And then he sort of screams and dies.
Yeah.
The implication is that these apes are so frightening that, like, when they attack you, if they don't kill you, you go insane and die from fear.
So it is a shame that you do see them, and they look like that, and they look like
that.
They look like a guy in a sort of Bigfoot costume from Party City.
It would have to be so... Like, I reckon if I was attacked even by, like, the xenomorph or something, and I managed to, like, run away, I reckon I could sort of manage to say something more...
Continue living.
Yeah, I managed to... Yes! Like, dying of fright is something that mice do. Like... I don't know the biology of dying of fright, but if you know whether a human can die of fright, let me know. And only let me know if it's because you're a doctor or something. Don't let me know because you've done weird experiments on people to kill them with fright or something. I don't know.
Not if you're some kind of like Freddy Krueger figure who enters people's dreams and scares them to death. We're not interested in hearing from you.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you're a doctor, get in touch. But so he dies. A violent grey ape enters the temple and throws the other guy's head at them, and then it goes all weirdly low frame rate so that you can't see the apes very well.
And that is exactly what's happened. Okay. I can almost promise. The film does not do this at any other point. So to say that it's like a stylistic choice is a push. I think, picture the scene, Andy. You're in the edit suite.
Yes.
Your job is to edit Congo. It's been going okay so far. The footage is all loaded up. This is a big action beat. The group is going to be attacked by one of the powerful grey apes of myth.
Powerful grey apes. We've been leading up to this. This is the secret of the Congo that we've been hinting at throughout the whole movie is finally going to be revealed to be a violent grey ape.
The violent mystery of the city of Zinj. It's our first up-close look at the creatures. Unfortunately, when you review the footage, you are dismayed to find that it looks incredibly stupid. Now, what do you do?
What do you do?
You reduce the footage to 1 frame per second.
And hope that no one notices.
Which, if you think about it, does reduce the number of stupid things that you see.
Because the number of frames of apes that you see.
Ordinarily, I would see 24 pictures of this stupid ape in 1 second. But now I only see 1 picture of a stupid ape.
And you're like, well, it could be worse. Could be more pictures of this ape.
It's so disappointing. Like, we're quite a long way into this film. We're nearly an hour and 20 minutes in. There's been, they were attacked by a sort of animatronic hippo and stuff. And I guess there was some stuff near the beginning. But like...
Yeah, it was like a very bad meal at the Rainforest Cafe.
Yeah, it's like you're kind of waiting for this. What's the certification of this film? What is it? 15 or 18 maybe?
No, it wouldn't be an 18.
I don't know. What is it?
Rated PG-13 for jungle adventure, terror and action and brief strong language.
Okay, that's weird. I would have thought it would have like a much higher rating. It's really gory.
Yeah, you see an eyeball. It's a 12 in the UK.
A 12?
Yeah.
That's wild. Okay, all right. Well, anyway, but like you're waiting for this whole thing to go sideways. You're waiting for this film to turn into like Aliens, where they're like sort of fleeing from hordes of apes and shooting their guns and stuff. And then it finally happens. Suddenly everyone's shooting their guns at an ape and you can't see a thing.
Okay, so I'm gonna read you just some excerpts from my notes so you can see how confusing this was for me.
Okay.
Okay, Ross fires on the ape. Mere bullets have no effect and it runs off. Or is killed? Kind of hard to tell.
Very hard to tell.
Let's get out of here, shouts Kelly. Suddenly, an aerial ape, but it's only Amy. Let's get out of here, says a second person, and they flee. We see a dead ape, so I assume they got it. Oh no, wait, there's a second ape. It watches them leave.
Yeah.
You can see I was struggling at this point because the low frame rate makes it extremely hard to tell what's going on or who anyone is or where they are or where they're positioned or if they're alive or dead.
I think it's a dreadful choice. So they spill out into the jungle once more and they find the mangled corpse of Claude, popular character Claude.
Popular character Claude is mangled and dead.
Never saw any animal move like that. They just kill.
So that's why Solomon's diamonds were never found. The myth of the killer ape is true.
I can't believe it.
The myth of the killer ape is true.
Tim Curry gets so many great lines in this movie, but I think
he does.
The myth of the killer ape is true, maybe my favourite.
It's probably the best one, yeah.
This is the revelation that Solomon's diamonds are guarded by a race of super apes. This movie kicks so much ass. I love it.
As we long suspected. The only plausible explanation. Why haven't we found the lost city of Zinj? One explanation is that it's not there.
Yeah.
One explanation is that it was there, but it isn't anymore.
Yeah.
A third explanation is that every time people discover it, a race of super apes tear them apart.
So no, they can't tell anyone.
That's such a bad way of keeping things undiscovered because when you tear apart people, as we see in this film, all you do is generate a constant flow of more people coming to look for them.
Well, that's why the super ape system is so great because a race of super apes can kill everyone. So they'll just keep killing people until they stop coming.
Until the entire
flawless.
Human race has been funneled into Solomon's mind.
Well, King Solomon was famously wise, wasn't he?
Yes,
he did that. He did that thing where he cut a baby in half.
Was that him?
Yeah, right.
I don't know. I thought
that was King. No, that was King Solomon.
It was King someone. Okay.
Yeah.
All
so
right.
King Solomon, famously wise. So if he thinks that the best way to guard his precious diamonds is by having a race of highly evolved super apes. Right, but punch everyone who tries to get in.
I mean, I suppose the other alternative, King Solomon, would be like humans with spears. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever, you've got like
big swords.
you've got an extremely valuable diamond mine. King Solomon, how do you sort of generally defend the rest of your kingdom? Maybe you could try doing it the same way.
Yeah.
It's obviously working for you, you know?
But he's like, no, I've got a better idea here. For the city of Zinj is special. We need something special for this.
We're trialing a new method, the race of genetic super apes, and if it works, we'll bring them out to the rest of the Solomon's empire or whatever. I don't know much.
We're going to roll them out
Solomon.
we're going to do a trial market here in Zinj.
Yeah, we'll roll them out.
It's like Taco Bell, like trying out new menu items.
Yeah, or like
we're trying out the race of super apes.
Yeah, like how every new tech thing gets trialled in San Francisco. It's like driverless cars.
It's like a Waymo.
poodle around.
It's like the Waymo of ape defense.
Yeah. Waymo. So
Ape-mo, yeah. So we see everyone tooling up in their camp at night. Amy has her power glove. Bad gorillas, she says. And then Peter goes, just going to turn your volume down.
She cuddles her little toy, which is called her Lovey, and goes, Mother, Mother, yes, you're okay now, says Peter dismissively. Around the camp, they've erected these, like, super massive, lethal, automated gun turrets.
Yeah, sentry guns that are set up to machine gun anything that comes within 40 feet of the camp. It's interesting that they bought these with them on this trip and have toted them across hundreds of miles of the Congo jungle. Like, well, no, don't leave behind the 600-pound sentry guns. We might need those in case there's a race of super apes.
And each sentry gun is like the size and weight of a full-grown man. It's like,
it looks like it weighs about the same as a Volkswagen Jetta.
This movie is like a little bit horny for like weaponry and like like machine guns and stuff in a way that is a bit of a problem because it does make you start rooting for the apes, because it's impossible to look at this situation and think that the humans are the underdogs, because they're not. Like,
yeah, they've got the sentry guns from Aliens. This is like that scene from Aliens where the sentry guns are just killing all the xenomorphs in the corridors.
Yeah,
they've got those, and they're using them to machine gun apes who are where they are from. They're in their ape home, and they're defending the diamond mines of King Solomon, which is their like generational purpose.
Yes, which is something that they were trained to do by their humans who are like long dead. So they're just sort of, you know, kind of like going through the same old, I guess, routine that they've inherited. Like, yeah, it's their generational purpose, and they are just animals. Like, I know they're sort of mean animals, but they are just animals. Like, you'll notice in Jurassic Park, Sam Neill doesn't have like a sort of Doom BFG that he's like sort
just gunning down raptors with.
Yeah, just like obliterating herds of Gallimimus with.
Just like firing a minigun like Blaine in Predator into a herd of Triceratops. Just raking fire across their hide.
Yeah, because it would change your attitude towards who you hope survives. But anyway, so the peace of the camp is shattered by one of these gun turrets going off and like firing 1 million rounds of like
into an ape
into the foliage. Everyone leaps to their feet and starts racking their weapons. They activate these purple lights for some reasons, and then sort of around them from different directions, more turrets intermittently sort of start blasting off. They're testing the perimeter, cries Monroe like Sean Connery would have. How intelligent are they? Asks Ross. And Peter, seeing an opportunity to contribute his primatologist knowledge, says, gorillas are smart, but they're not aggressive. These things are very aggressive. Yeah. Thanks, Peter. Your insight has been invaluable. It's a good job we have a primatologist here.
Yeah. We see heat signature apes on the radar. One attempts to breach the lasers in his machine gun. And then everyone, it's like that scene in Predator. They're all just firing their guns into the jungle at once.
Yes.
They're just going, into the jungle.
They're all like racking their machine guns. There's about 45 seconds of just like a large team of humans like unloading 1 million rounds and they've all got different guns is the thing. Like, so they're shooting flares, rockets, shotguns, gun turrets.
Yeah, Monroe Kelly has a pump action shotgun that he's just firing.
Yeah, he's just firing blind like and you know, all the characters, all the scientists now have like machine guns and stuff, and it just sort of, I wouldn't be surprised If Amy wasn't resolved to not impact the plot in any way, she would be like, have twin Uzis. Sort of.
Amy with twin Uzis jumps sideways in slow motion, firing them.
John Woo leaps.
As she goes. A tree gets knocked down and it knocks over one of the perimeter guns, which starts sort of firing into the air, like when you knock over a turret in Portal.
Yes.
But at this point, the apes all decide that they're going to leave
dead.
now. Well, yeah, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
They killed a lot of apes, I think.
Yeah, so the ape attack is finished. Monroe says that they'll leave in a few hours as soon as it's first light. Homolka emerges from his tent to reveal that he's translated the hieroglyphs. What do they say? Well, here's what they say. They say, "We are watching you." Mm-hmm. Everyone stares for ages.
Everyone looks like someone just walked over their grave.
Yeah.
In the morning, Amy's off.
Amy's gone. Good. Well done, Amy.
2 porters are missing, and Herkimer Homolka has run off too. Kelly says that the order of priority is we will retrieve the human colleagues first, then the gorilla, then we'll get out of here.
Yeah. Peter reluctantly agrees that humans trump gorillas in the sort of order of who we should try and rescue. Also, they can't find any of the bodies. He says, we must have hit some of them, but where the hell are the bodies?
Where the hell are the bodies?
Where the hell are the bodies? We cut to Amy, who's just sort of like wandered off into Africa broadly. We see her looking wistfully at a pack of normal gorillas that aren't evil.
She probably wants to have a look at Africa before it explodes. To be clear, it's still going to happen.
Yeah, it could be my last chance. Oh, yeah, we should have said occasionally everything starts shaking and and everyone goes, ooh. She looks at some gorillas that aren't evil but are people in suits. She cautiously approaches and grunts at them. Anyway, that's that scene. Monroe presses through the jungle, shotgun up, leading the troop. They arrive at a different temple of some kind. Karen gives Peter a gun. He says he doesn't like guns. The clock is ticking on him to become likable.
I didn't ask if you liked it, just take it, she says, being a much better character. Inside, we see carvings depicting gorillas. Here's the story, says Peter. They domesticated gorillas. Kelly looks at these carvings and goes, domesticated? They're killing a man. But we learn that they were taught to be this way. They were bred to violence. They looked for that trait in gorillas and encouraged it.
But, like, when was King Solomon?
I mean, I don't know if King Solomon was even a real guy, but you're looking at about like 1000 BC, just before that, 900 BC.
1000 BC?
Maybe, yeah.
BC? Right.
Well, that's how long it took to breed a race of super aggressive apes. Because apes are peaceful, aren't they?
But they'd done it by then. So you're trying to tell me that, like, if Cleopatra had a team of, like, lethal attack dogs or something, and I think Cleopatra was way later than 1000 BC, that, like, if you went to Egypt now, they'd still be there, kind of, like, still fighting the good fight. Like, this isn't how, as soon as King Solomon died or effed off or whatever, all the apes would just sort of wander off and, like, melt genetically into the landscape, right?
You would think, but no, they were so dedicated to guarding King Solomon's diamonds that they would fall upon any intruder generationally for 2000 years.
I see. Mm-hmm. Okay, I mean, to be honest, like, if that's really what these gorillas are doing, they probably shouldn't be shooting them. They're probably like the smartest gorilla. They're like, there aren't any other species of gorillas or any animals anywhere that are doing anything as sophisticated as, like, teaching their children, like, oh, we protect these diamonds. It's our higher calling, and you must pass this on. You know, protect the diamonds, pass it on. Kill intruders, pass it on.
So this is like something that they changed from the book, right? You've read the book. So in the book, the apes are... They have, like, human DNA as well as ape DNA.
Yeah, I seem to remember that the apes had been, like, hacked or something. I can't remember. Like,
King Solomon did a bit of DNA hacking.
Yeah,
But also, I think the idea is that they were like the night. They were like nocturnal. They were the night guards of the diamonds because humans guarded them during the day, and then they bred a race of, like, a part human super apes to guard it at night.
You see in the dark, right?
Yeah, and that's why they're grey, because they never see the sunlight because they live in the temples and
but they have since then enjoyed 3,000 years of sunlight.
of not having to do that if they didn't want to.
Not having to do that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
there's a whole ape autopsy scene where they like study the ape and they're like, oh my God. This is an ape-human hybrid, which is why it's so aggressive and clever.
Okay. All right. Now, see, I mean, I don't miss that because that's stupid, but it is a bit of a problem for this film that they're keeping the elements of the sort of weird supernatural intelligence and evilness.
Yeah.
But they are, in this film, they are just like gorillas. They are just like...
Yeah, Ross implies at this point, she says they were guard dogs and they turned on their masters. So she implies that maybe the apes turned on King Solomon and killed him.
Right, a weird choice for the apes to make if they're then going to spend the next 3,000 years doing what King Solomon wanted.
Yeah. And then they find
It'd be like Mutiny on the Bounty if you then continued the search for breadfruit.
Like, come on, lads, we'll do it ourselves.
We'll do it way better than Captain Bligh. We'll do it.
He's doing it all wrong. It's inefficient. They find a pile of normal gorilla bones as well. We see that these gorillas have been killing gorillas as well. They're just evil, these gorillas.
More evil, yeah.
There's another big geothermal shake. It seems like Africa may soon explode.
So they're sort of basically in a volcano now. And we get a shot of Amy who's just wandered off into Africa. She's really far away now. She's like 100 miles from the... She's looking up at this distant volcano and we see like smoke start to pour out the top of it.
She's like 3 days walk away from the actual action of the film.
Yeah.
The principal cast all fall through a big hole and are now underground.
Yes.
And Herkimer Homolka is here and he's like, oh, hello.
Yeah, it's like, oh, where's he gone? He's mysteriously vanished. And then he shows up and he's like, hello, I've rejoined the plot seamlessly. It's like Tim Curry, like... had food poisoning or something for one morning.
Tim Curry had to fly back for a funeral or something.
Yes. Yeah.
Then he's back.
Yeah. So he says, oh, I was trying to find the mines, but I'm back in the film now. He says, don't go this way. It's all caved in. And then the group straggles on. So at this point, it is the core cast plus 3 guides. We get a shot of Amy at the empty camp. She picks up a bundle of something, maybe clothes, rags. I honestly couldn't tell.
It does include her Nintendo Power Glove. So the film wants you to know that she has her Power Glove. We're now in a big sort of boring looking sulfur cave. It's a horrible set. It looks bad.
It's also open to the sky. So you could see it on satellite or probably climb out.
Sure. If he had a grappling hook or something. Herkimer Homolka looks around and he sees that diamonds are everywhere, just lying on the ground. I knew it was through. The city of Zinj, he says. The diamonds, every word of it was absolutely true. And he holds up a flawless diamond to the sky and grins maniacally at it.
Now, one side of this quite shonky set is like pocked with little caves.
Yeah, little ape holes.
Yeah, little ape holes from which emit menacing growls. This is some kind of grey gorilla apartment complex.
Yeah, I'd leave those alone, says Peter of the Diamonds. And suddenly an ape comes out of an ape hole. Help me get these diamonds, says Herkimer Homolka, gathering them up. The ape activity increases. You've got to get me out of here, he says to Kelly. We're going to be rich. They look at a big stone door on the other side of the chamber. Is that a way out? Maybe. Herkimer Homolka runs with his diamonds, but suddenly a f***ed up ape is there.
Yeah, he's confronted by a gnarly grey gorilla. It's got like scraggly hair, gross rotten teeth, evil eyes. It goes... Homolka run... Homolka. Homolka runs, but another ape blocks his path. He drops his armfuls of diamonds in fear, but a great ape runs up and slaps him in the arse really hard.
An ape does a running clothesline into his upper thigh.
Yeah.
And he falls over.
And then another ape uppercuts him hard in the face and like blood flies.
He's getting all smashed. We cut to Laura Linney from Love Actually emptying an Uzi into an ape.
So yeah, the rest of the gang are like unloading into these apes. We see several apes quickly cut down by shotgun and machine gun fire. It feels absolutely impossible that any of these humans are going to get killed by apes because like they've got so much ammo and such powerful automatic weapons, and we see the apes. It's not like the apes get shot and keep coming or anything. An ape gets shot and it's like, oh, and dies. And then they do that to loads of apes.
We see renowned primatologist Peter empty a Glock into an ape.
It's like doming apes from across the map.
They run to the big stone door. The other teammates are taken down by apes. Even loyal Kihaga falls, and Kelly can't believe he's lost his most trusted companion.
Yeah.
Herkimer Homolka has had his head smashed in by apes. He's dead now.
Yeah.
Kelly makes a face like, oh, for f***'s sake. Inside the diamond cave, we see Dr. Ross and Peter find a crunched up bone heap featuring Jeffrey and Bruce Campbell's corpses.
Yes.
Jeffrey? Charlie? Charlie!
It's him?
It's him.
Come on.
Isn't there a way out back there?
No, there's nothing.
We're almost out of rounds.
Buy me 2 minutes!
So Dr. Ross needs time to do something. Buy me 2 minutes, she says. We see Peter and Kelly machine gun apes for absolutely ages.
Well, they spend precisely 2 minutes sort of massacring apes, doming apes. While Karen Ross goes back to find a more extravagant way to kill apes. Swathes of apes.
But suddenly, Peter is grabbed and thrown by apes. He's surrounded. We see Dr. Ross. She takes from Bruce Campbell's corpse hand the diamond. She sort of smashes it against a wall to reveal the beautiful diamond underneath. But then, what's this? Amy enters the cave and roars. All of the grey apes look at her. She runs next to Peter and starts using her power glove to sign, "Ugly gorillas, ugly, go away, gorillas, ugly."
All the gorillas just sort of look at each other and as if to be like, "Whoa." It's not clear what's happening because of the limitations of the puppeteering, I think. So helpfully, Monroe goes, "They don't know what to make of it."
Yeah.
Which so that's what. Okay, so if you were waiting for Amy's contribution to the film, this is it. She runs up to Peter and goes, "Ugly gorillas, go away," and the other gorillas don't go away. But they do stop killing briefly because they, quote, don't know what to make of it.
Don't know what to make of it, yeah. These creatures that have been bred only to kill. They see a gorilla using a Nintendo Power Glove to call them ugly, and they're like...
Yeah, and they're like, man,
that's a bit off.
That's strange. A talking gorilla. Yeah. So Amy roars a bit and goes to cuddle Peter. She's going, "Mother, mother, Peter, hug Amy," and wraps him in her protective arms. The gorillas circle around them, but don't get any closer. Monroe says, "Maternal instinct, long may she reign," in a way that arguably Sean Connery could have made sound plausible, but I'm not sure. Anyway,
Sean Connery.
So if you're wondering what Karen Ross was doing, she was going to go get the experimental 5G beam or something that's going to be a great telecommunications device, and she racks a diamond into it like that, slams a diamond into. It's like, imagine you would slam a tennis ball into a Pringles tube. It's like funk. Sort of
thonks this diamond in there, and what she's done is built basically a handheld moonraker laser.
Yeah. What are you doing? We're getting out of here, she yells.
"What about them?" says Kelly. "Put them on the endangered species list," says Ross, jumps down, and then lasers an ape's hand off.
"What is that?" Monroe asks. "The latest thing in communication," she says, lasering more apes. She lasers 2 apes in the head and 1 clean in half with a single sweeping beam. She goes, honestly, she goes like that, and we see 2 apes... their heads explode and one of them is cut clean in half.
We see it's been bisected across the waist.
It's lying in 2 steaming piles of ape guts.
Yeah, they start running out. The volcano's starting to erupt. Lava's going everywhere, and apes are being engulfed by it.
So they climb out towards the hole that Amy came in through. So why didn't they go up? Why didn't they go through that hole as soon as they walked in here? When they walked in here and were like, "Oh, it's full of diamonds and killer apes."
Yeah.
Should we leave?
Should we go out the way we came in?
Should we go out through this hole?
Yeah. No, let's run to the back room and find a dead Bruce Campbell and a laser gun.
Yeah.
So this lava is now flowing through the chamber. It's filling the room, and for some reason, the apes all start to sort of do backflips into it and stuff.
Yeah. So this room is Okay, this film has a very loose grasp of like what lava is and how it behaves, which is fine. It's filling up. It's filling up like a paddling pool would fill with water, this chamber. And yeah, all the apes are sort of like leaping into it. They like tumble and jump in. Everyone else runs for it, and there's a uncharted escape sequence where they run through the temple, but it's splitting apart as they go.
Yeah.
The landscape is like heaving and collapsing into rivers of lava.
People are jumping over gaps and dangling over lava.
Yeah, it's so stupid, but it looks amazing because they do actually have these like huge sets that they're kind of shaking up and down. It's the kind of effect that they would love to put on a backlot tour ride.
Oh, absolutely. This is a scene from a Universal. But if Congo had been a better and more successful movie,
yes,
this would be a ride you could do at Universal Studios for sure.
And to put that in context, they did it for Twister. So that's the bar.
Oh my God. The burn. The absolute disrespect.
Yeah.
But at some point, Ross and Kelly get on one side of a big gap and it sort of collapses. Amy and Peter are rolling down towards them, but there's lava in the way. But don't worry, Ross has the solution to every problem, and it's big laser. She lasers down a tree and it makes a bridge.
She uses her telecommunications laser to shoot a hot beam of WAP that sort of explodes a tree. It falls just right to be a bridge now.
Yeah.
And then the core cast like clamber across it. Peter and Amy clamber across. Get to the higher ground, they shout.
I think it's like old text messages. Each laser blast costs 10p.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, unless you get an unlimited lasers package, and then you can just have as many lasers as you want.
At some point, the laser's going to stop working until they top it up.
The laser is cheaper to use after 6 p.m. at the weekends.
So they're like, get to higher ground, and they run away, and behind them Solomon's mines and temples collapse into lava. After 3,000 years, Africa exploded and they're gone forever. The survivors make their way back to the crashed plane from before. Karen tells Monroe to look for a big yellow case with a red stripe. It's a balloon. So they go to get a balloon, and they basically like find all of this new equipment from this like crashed plane. Monroe says that the border isn't far, which feels unlikely based on what we've seen. They spent like weeks and weeks, but you know what?
Fine. Weeks of boat ride and everything, but whatever.
Peter can't find Amy. Amy's wandered off. Karen gets on the sat phone vidcom with CEO Travis back home and breaks the brutal news that Charles, his son, was killed by apes. And he roars, "Did you get the diamond? Did you?" He doesn't care about his son.
Ross looks appalled. Yes, she says. Good girl, says him. Do you remember what I told you?
Did you forget? Did you forget that I said if I found out you sent me here for a diamond instead of because you were
your sweet boy Charlie,
because of your sweet boy Charlie, then I would make you pay? Well, guess what?
He says, I'm upset, but what's done is done. But don't worry, Dr. Ross has some sweet comeuppance for Travis.
I know. You need a new cash machine. What would happen to the satellite if I put its phone number in this laser and pull the trigger? The chip from the transmitter's got the satellite's number, doesn't it?
That laser takes a 12,000 channel chip. If you put all that power through that diamond, turn!
What if you put the satellite's phone number in this laser and pull the trigger?
Did you forget we have your email address?
Okay, what if I put the satellite's phone number in this laser and pull the trigger? Might be stupider than any single line we've covered in a DCOM.
That's insane. Could you put Travis's phone number in it and fire the laser and it would hit him in Houston?
It's a special gun that shoots phones.
Does the laser come out of the headpiece, the headset?
Shoots straight at the phone number. I put the satellite's phone number in it and I pull the trigger.
He's like, my God, she has our phone number.
Oh no, now she can shoot us with the laser from anywhere. So Travis is panicking. Karen puts the laser. This is the laser that she's sort of toting around like a minigun. She mounts it on like a camera tripod. It goes and points up at the sky. This is for you, Charlie, she says. And Travis on the camera goes, no! And then we see the laser fire into the sky and explode a satellite in space.
It destroys Travis Com's communication satellite. Presumably somewhere close to 30 or 40,000 Travicom employees are now out of work.
Yeah, also this laser I guess is then just going to sort of like pass neatly through space forever, I suppose.
Yeah, just fly off into space, punch a hole in the moon, the Earth's tides reverse.
So Peter finds Amy, if you're wondering where she was. She was sort of around.
Yeah, she was around.
You saved me, he says, and they embrace and make love. Amy starts pushing her fingers into his head wound. Then they sort of grunt at each other and make sign language at each other for a while. And then Amy gives Peter a flower. And he signs thank you, and she signs I love you. And Amy keeps saying mother. And then the stupidest f***ing thing. Amy keeps saying mother, and Peter says, oh, I see. It's Africa.
Africa is your mother.
Africa is your mother. Yes, that's right. Amy the talking ape was trying to sign that Africa is her mother.
Yes. I can't believe we didn't get it earlier, to be honest.
I can't believe we didn't realise.
All the clues were there.
Of course, Amy the talking ape definitely has the sort of sophisticated mental capacity to put together a thought as high concept as Africa is my mother.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fine.
She starts signing good gorillas. What good gorillas, says Peter? And we see the silverback from earlier approach. Amy lopes off towards him. Kelly and Ross appear. And Peter is like, oh, I see. Like he's being jilted for a jock or something. It's like,
yeah, he looks like
his girlfriend's going off with the captain of the football team. He's like, oh, I see.
Yeah. The silverback is like, smell you later, Poindexter.
You dork.
Yeah, he's
oh god,
he's Ray from Mudslide Crush.
Yeah. So she's home, he says. The mountain continues to explode noisily behind them. When Peter looks back, Amy is gone. Will she be all right? The world-renowned primatologist asks Monroe Kelly, the man with no knowledge of apes.
Also, he says, will they be all right of these gorillas on a mountainside that is filling with lava?
Currently exploding.
And Monroe, I think, probably thinking that he needs to say whatever it takes to make Peter leave. He says, oh, they know what to do. It's us I'm worried about. Anyway, I'm sure Amy will be fine. Look, she's probably already enjoying a rich, fulfilling life and probably isn't being beaten to death with her own power glove. So we cut to the three survivors going up in a hot air balloon. I guess being shot down by RPGs is no longer a concern. Like, every air vehicle we've seen in this film has been, like, shot by the army. But
yeah,
this is going to be fine. Karen asks Peter to throw the fist-sized diamond away. And without a second thought, he just grabs it and hurls it into the forest.
Just hoists it into Africa. Yeah.
Monroe, who has nothing to show for all of this, says, ouch.
Just that bit of behind the scenes trivia I was talking about earlier. Apparently, this fist-sized diamond is an extremely rare, large Herkimer diamond that was lent to the production by the Herkimer Diamond Corporation.
Wow!
They did throw it out of the hot air balloon in this scene and were unable to find it.
Oh my god! We should find it.
We should mount an expedition to the Congo.
To find the lost Congo diamond.
To the lost Congo
the
diamond.
The lost Herkimer diamond. We know that.
Okay, we'll need to add a new Patreon tier, which is fund our expedition. We'll need Ernie Hudson as our guide.
Yeah, you get to. Yeah, if you join at that tier, you get to come with us on the expedition.
You get to come with us and get killed by an ape.
Yeah, I mean, we'll need some meat in the room to get all chewed up by apes, won't we?
For sure. So yeah, they lost the diamond. It's not even. It's a kite shot on the balloon. They could have shot this in a studio. Like, there was no need.
They could
to
have
really throw the diamond into the jungle,
or they could have thrown a chunk of glass, which is what I assumed all these diamonds were. They don't look.
It's a rare Herkimer diamond.
They don't look. That is so funny. It's massive. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
It must have made this already like expensive film. Oh, that is such good trivia, Andy. Thank you. That is wonderful treasure. I think this is a good point as well to sort of question what they achieved, because they throw away the diamond.
Mm-hmm.
So they blew up the satellite and sort of destroyed Traviscom.
Bruce Campbell's dead, so that was like to bring back Bruce Campbell, but he's dead, so
they lasered to death a load of apes that were doomed to die 10 minutes later regardless, because like nothing was going to stop the sort of geothermic collapse of the place.
Of the lost city of Zinj.
Yeah, and they just threw away the last evidence of a lost city, which, like, even if you think, oh, capitalism bad, money bad, like, you might still think maybe this has some value because, like, we actually did find a lost mine of King Solomon.
You'll remember in the book, Kelly. He has a different name in the book, but the character of Kelly, he sells like a whole bunch of these diamonds to Intel, and they use it to make a bunch of new like microprocessors and stuff.
God. Also, like, the movie ends here. Like, we see shots of the balloon drifting away. Credits.
Yeah, they have no way of controlling this balloon. They're like, I hope this balloon blows us somewhere nice. And then the movie ends as they sort of drift off back into the volcano.
Back into the volcano. Yeah. Presumably the air is full of like toxic smoke.
Yeah. And apes who've been blasted into the sky by the eruption. They all land in the basket.
Yeah, we get credits coming up over footage of Amy and the gorillas sort of frolicking. The credits say Gorillas by Stan Winston, which made me laugh.
Yeah. Take your name off that, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, they are just sort of...
Did they achieve anything?
Karen Ross is going to prison. There's no way around it. She said to the CEO, I'm going to destroy your satellite, and then shot it with a laser. Like, she can't... She's going to have to continue to live in the jungle. Like, she can't return to...
She can't return... No, she would be arrested for destroying Travicom property.
Yeah, like...
This millions of dollars satellite. She fired an unregulated space laser.
Yeah.
Destroying a satellite.
Yeah.
Threw a diamond into the... Well, yeah, I guess yeah.
That's neither here nor there.
Also, like, they're like, where are all the rest of your expeditions? She's like, oh, they were killed by a race of super apes. And they're like, well...
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Can we see these super apes?
Lasered them all in half.
No, they lasered them in half.
Well, at least we can see the half bodies. No, it fell into lava.
They fell into lava. Then why did you laser them in half if they were falling into lava? Don't know.
See, everyone else was doing it.
Is that true? No, it was just me.
Well, I emptied an Uzi into an ape and then...
Yeah, then I ran out of Uzi bullets. Yeah.
So I built a Moonraker laser in a cave.
Okay. Well, I guess the apes. I guess your life must have been in terrible danger. I mean, you sort of. The apes are certainly snarling a lot until we Uzi'd them to death.
They were busy smashing up a guy whose name is Herkimer Homolka. All right, okay, that far but no further. No one's called Herkimer Homolka. I believed you up to that point.
This whole film is like a very, very long, slow, tense, atmospheric build-up to this great climactic showdown. But then the climactic showdown is these like janky-ass like apes getting lasered in half.
Trampolining apes.
Trampolining apes getting easily lasered. It's such a letdown.
Imagine going to see Jurassic Park, which was really good. And then going, I loved that. I can't wait to see the next thing from Amblin Entertainment and Michael Crichton. And then watching these trampolining apes.
Okay.
Getting bisected by Moonraker lasers.
Imagine you went to see Jurassic Park, but the bit where the T-Rex gets the Jeeps at night with the where's the goat stuff. Imagine if that was at 1 frame per second, so you couldn't sort of discern anything.
See the dinosaur.
And then at the end, when they're in the visitor centre, and the raptors are closing in on them and the T-Rex bursts in and sort of inadvertently saves them. Imagine if the T-Rex was a guy in one of those inflatable T-Rex costumes that you see and he was sort of bouncing on little trampolines. And then Sam Neill spun around and lasered him in half.
Sam Neill lasered the raptors and the T-Rex in half.
Yeah. And then lasered
in a hot air balloon.
Then lasered a bunch of hadrosaurs. Then walked around methodically lasering all the gallimimus and dilophosaurs and...
Yeah, just executed every dinosaur in Jurassic Park. And then a big volcano erupted and flooded all their corpses with lava.
Yeah, so the Jurassic Park sort of fell into the earth. The end. Yeah.
Good. All right, well, that was Congo.
Yeah, that was Congo. Andy, I think that was an exceptionally well-chosen freebie.
Thanks.
I loved watching Congo. It was such a treat.
I think it's so bad, but so good at the same time.
Yeah,
it's so something.
It's one of loads of movies from the 90s that at the time, like the narrative was, this sucks. But because it's an action movie from the 90s and it was like we didn't know how good we had it with like just like the concept of a summer blockbuster, which just was only a few years from just completely evaporating. And it's like only just sort of starting to creep back as a as a concept.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. You know, you don't know what you got till it's gone. And unfortunately what we had was Congo.
Yeah. Was apes being lasered. Anyway, yes, that was
Peter's wife in an ape suit. Stumbling around, licking toads, achieving nothing.
And then his wife runs off with a gorilla.
Well, that's why at the end he looks so torn, because he's like, I can't let on to the others that it's my wife in there. But I really don't have any good way of getting out of this.
It's like, Jessica, what are you doing?
Jessica, what are you doing? Amy, you're home. Jessica, I am serious. This is your last warning. Get out. What are you doing? Amy, sign home if you actually want to come back to Buckley.
Remember we got Doom and cheeseburgers?
Jessica, if this is about the lake house, I told you.
Oh my God. So yes, I eagerly await your wildcard pick, Luke. I hope it's...
Oh my God, I mean, how am I going to follow that?
I'll do my best. I'm sure you'll manage it. You'll have something.
Hopefully. Let me read you an email.
Yes, please.
People won't stop emailing us tooth stuff because of Toothless, which was quite a long time ago now.
Upsetting tooth stuff.
Yeah.
Quite upsetting tooth stuff.
This one comes from Luca. Thank you, Luca. Content warning for like mouth stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
Which actually probably we should just put generally on this podcast.
Generally on this podcast.
Yeah. I don't have a story about a tooth fairy, but I do have a story about a dentist who will one day have to atone for their crimes by soliciting teeth from children, says Luca.
Sure.
I had to have a lot of dentist work growing up for various reasons, but one of the problems was that one of my front teeth wouldn't descend from my gums, meaning I was gap-toothed for longer than I was meant to be. Eventually, I had to have an operation to sort a few things out, and my orthodontist told me they'd fix my gap tooth as well. I was young enough that I was put under for the op, and when I woke up, I was told that I had a mutant tooth recovered from my gums that was over 5 times the size of a regular tooth, perfectly spherical, and perfectly white.
What?
Apparently, it was just sat in my gums blocking a completely normal adult tooth, which now had room to descend.
You sure this wasn't a cue ball that somehow ended up in their skull?
What is medically abhorrent about this event, says Luca, is that they refused to give me the tooth afterwards. They wouldn't listen to the reasonable protest that since I'd grown this tooth, it was my property.
Yeah.
And apparently it was, quote, medical waste. Ever since that day, I feel like I was cheated out of seeing my mouth pearl by an evil dentist. Thanks, Luca, for telling us a story about a pearl you grew in your mouth.
That's good because not only is it interesting, but it's also it's good to give the listeners a sort of window into what our inbox looks like. It's mostly that and horse corpse disposal.
That's the one we're able to read out, listeners.
Yeah.
No, that's amazing, Luca. Thank you very much. What an incredible story. Also, you say that it was medical waste. It wasn't. It was 100% taken by the CIA and is like, it's, you know.
Yeah, to play pool with.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's how pool started. Anyway, thank you very much. If you want to email the podcast about any of the films we've covered or about Congo, if you want to tell us if people could be scared to death, then email us at momcan'tcookpod@gmail.com. It's a pleasure every day to fire up the Mom Can't Cook inbox and see what treasure you've left at our doorstep, like cats bringing us dead birds.
Dead birds, yeah. DCOM memories,
yeah.
DCOM treasures, all sorts of great stuff we get. So thank you, everyone who emails. If you want more Mum Can't Cook, then you can check out our Patreon at patreon.com/extra helpings, where we have extra bonus episodes on the weeks where there isn't a main feed episode of the podcast. We're currently recapping the Disney Channel adjacent TV series Erie, Indiana, which is a sort of supernatural kids TV show. We also have 3 full seasons of So Weird, which is also a kids supernatural TV show. We enjoy kids supernatural TV shows. What can we say? But it's a lot of fun over there.
If you're just joining the podcast and you like it and you like the vibe, the good news is that there is an absolutely gigantic back catalogue of more of this sort of thing. So go check it out.
We are using all of our funds from that to fund our expedition to the Congo to retrieve the lost Herkimer diamond from Congo. So
yes, but it's an investment.
Patreon.com.
We will pass a percentage of it onto you, listeners.
The lasers onto you.
Yeah.
When we build a laser gun out of it, we promise not to laser you with it.
When we launch a telecoms company and sort of laser Verizon, you can all invest. You can, we'll sort of make a kind of cooperative.
Preferential rates. Patreon.com/extra helpings. Check it out. We also have merch.
I mean, we'll have to look at the sums.
We'll run the numbers.
Yeah.
Momcan'tcookmerch.com. Check it out. We have a US and a UK store, and you can get T-shirts based on our past episodes. You can get a Mouse Hunt one. We've got some beautiful ones based on A Ring of Endless Light and Johnny Tsunami and other such classics. So head on over there. Check it out.
Wonderful times. Andy,
yes.
What will we be doing on the podcast next? Bring us back to Earth
Great
with
question,
a bump.
Luke. Yep. We're going back to DCOMs, of course. They can't all be Congo. It can't be all
they could.
Weird Michael.
We could do Congo every time.
We could just do Congo every time. No, we're going back to DCOMs. We're going to 2014 for this one.
Okay.
We're doing 2014's Zapped.
Zapped. Okay.
Zapped, starring Zendaya. I will now read you the description from Disney+. Zoe discovers a magical app that can control the boys.
No, I don't need to hear anything. No, I do, actually. Tell me more.
Well, that was it. Zoe discovers a magical app that can control the boys in her life. End of description.
Control a magical app for controlling the boys.
Controlling the boys.
Okay.
Yeah. It's about an app.
Okay.
They're new, aren't they? The apps. The kids are always on their apps, aren't they?
They certainly weren't new in 2014.
No, they've got apps, haven't they? That one where it looks like you're drinking a pint of beer. That's a good one.
I'm worried that this movie might be getting a free pass from people who think about it because they're like, 2014 apps, they were sort of novel.
Apps were new, weren't they?
No, by 2014, apps were like so established. We would like...
I'm just Googling, when was the first app? The first mobile app was created in 1993 for the IBM Simon personal communicator. All right, so they were sort of 20 years.
This is that's one of those things, though, that is just like absolutely impossible to search.
Yeah.
Like loads of video game stuff is like that as well. It's like, what was the first one of this? And it's like, well, actually, if you really want the first one, it was in 1961.
Yeah, it was on a sort of printer at MIT.
Yeah.
It was sort of a game if you like... It was on paper and it was holes punched in it, but it sort of counts.
Yeah.
The App Store launched in 2008. So the
there we go.
Apple App Store launched in 2008.
That was around
6 years before this movie.
That beer drinking app then. That's when,
Okay. Let's find out when the beer drinking.
Was the beer drinking What was it called? Was it called iBeer?
iBeer. It launched in 2008. So 2008.
2008. I'm a magician and inventor who created iBeer. Ask me anything. Okay, I'm going to go read this Reddit AMA from the...
Jesus Christ, it cost $3 and over 90 million people downloaded it. What?
Wow. Okay.
Guy made $27 million from it.
It was great. True. Do you remember how, it looked, it had, sort of liquid physics and stuff? It was great.
Yeah. I love the description. This cool app changes your phone into drinking beer simulator. Thanks to it, you can pretend you drink a beer from your phone.
I mean, that is basically it. Oh man, do you remember Paper Toss?
Okay, we're not doing this.
We're not doing this.
We'll get into it on the Zapped episode, but that's coming up.
All right.
Next time.
See you then.
All right, thanks for listening. Andy loved listeners. Andy good. Andy like banana.
Hello, it is Luke and Andy here to read the names of our chef's top cuisine. Here they are and this is us. Danny Boyer, Danny Kapp, Will Thomas, Autumn Holloway, Lucas Johnson, E.T., Mike Cavanaugh, Sam Rowland, Purple Disarray, Ben the Bar Guy and many. Next up is Bluey's beautiful bloated corpse, Keith Hall, Adam Steele, Homemade Mask, Ethan Pearson, Mara H., Book Goblin, Richard Martin Recommends Thoughts TV Podcast, Courtney Rill, King Arthur for President ? Chase Baker. Good. Like banana. Good. Next up to thank our snowy owl, Dave Goddard, Smashed Savannah Burger Boys and Girl, Carl the Jedi, Brody Tyrrell, Adam Cuddy Routh, Seish, Tim Craven, Hypermool, John Sharplin. Ape want drugs. I mean, Andy and Luke want drugs. INM. Next on the list are Jeebus Piers Jones, Andy Meany, Ash, a milk truck driver from Erie, Indiana circa 1929, Daniel Rogers, The Monk, Danny Ward, Will Hudner, Irish Femboy chugs sus lemonade after sus lemonade, Phil Stevens. Ape doesn't trust Tim Curry. In general, I am not an ape. Thanks also to Julian Runlet, Luke in the Hep, Clarky the Bearded Coach Driver, Tilly Everower. This episode of Bluey is called The Reaper, Sarah Maddox, David Ormond, Alan St. George, Anna Petitova and Nurse Jake. All good. All good like drugs. Next we have Liz L., Chris Pryor, The Shun Mr. Tato, Molly and Brunk presents Sex Weird, Paul Stokes, Moist Drippings, Tony B., Jack Fabian, Duchess, Simon Gansel. Why do you humans war? Also thank Jambo number 5, Sea Hunter, Jotham Funklara, Who Needs to Sleep, Andrea Pellis, Adi Muller, Sean and the Obliterated Horse Carcasses, Mr. Wilson the Happy Ending ADM, an aggressive OTPHJ from Mr. Wilson, Clint Hannah Lopez. Ape is getting paid for this. Need green drop drink. Look here, it is Big Brow Bronk Bonks Moody Money Molly, Kyle Bain, Alex and Daisy and Bailey too, Crapolio, Matt S., Hef, Jax the Protogen, Come Back Here You Gremlins, Quinn is teething, Prince Raynert. They all fine. Good people. Good. Why was Ape made to read patrons? Ape longs for the jungle. Thanks to all dentists go to hell, Blake, Crescentia Che, Michael Hayden, Elizabeth, Michael Saul, Ryan Edema, Z-Man, Ben from Finance, Kate Tweedy. Kermode and Mail don't have an ape read their patrons. Just saying. Also thanks to Andy's parents' traveling chip salesman, Carl Clef, Luke's blind insensitivity towards sad graveyard angels, Adam Snick, Andrew the Osteogent, the dismayed 73% opacity face of Walt Disney, Christoph, One Wonk Angel, Michael Olsen, Zora Stingray. Wait, I am an ape. I know what to do. Finally we have Angel Beat, Louise Lola, Book Monster, Hannah Kirchner, Kara Dennison, Eckler, Give Me Gravity Rip or Give Me Death, Chisnet, and Business Scorgy. Thank you, bye bye. I punch Luke and Andy. I go back now. Good.